it is. Six Gun Johnny broadcasting live from the Fortress of Speed with the Ministry of Speed. Of course, Wallace the dog, who is asleep on a Saturday afternoon, or Saturday evening, I'm sorry, here in hot and sticky Texas. Get ready to celebrate Easter Sunday tomorrow, so happy Easter, everybody. Hey, joining me in the booth tonight, obviously, is going to be our good friend, well, now he is anyway, Lance Braun, commentating for esports. And, of course, what was the league that you commentated for, Lance? But welcome anyway.
What's up, guys? Kamikaze Fox, and yeah, we commentate for IRL, International Racing League, and also commentate for SRL, one of the many SRL leagues that is out there, but this particular one is the Sandro Racing League. So, as I like to say, while there's many SRL leagues, there's only one Sandro Racing League.
There you go. All right. I'm sure that they're very competitive guys. Well, how big is that league? I'm sure it's a lot bigger than mine.
IRL currently runs two F1 leagues. We run an F1 league on Sundays. We run an F2 league on Saturdays. We also run a Gran Turismo Sport League, which we actually just wrapped up not that long ago. Was the Group 3 league, and Group 4 will be kicking off the end of June as the Summer League. Awesome.
So you got plenty of personnel there. I like that.
Also going to be running, we're going to run the annual 2.4 hours of Le Mans over the summer. In conjunction with the actual 24 hours of Le Mans.
Awesome.
So that's always a good time.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely do that. I'm sure to get a lot of views on that. Everybody's watching something about France anyway, about that time of year. But glad you could join us tonight. Fantastic to have finally some help here. So, yeah, great stuff. Lance is a pretty good guy. I'll watch some of his streams, and y'all should too if y'all haven't. But let's get it out here on the track here. I'm watching Bro Wilson right now in the pink Force India. I just can't get over that color, man. I'm just not into that. I would have to say no to that car. But yeah, definitely moving away around the track. Not actually pretty quick in practice, but not right now. He's 145.418, currently P4 on the board. Dennis Graham's
142.667 for
my
Bro
bad.
Wilson.
That's it right there. He actually got the he's actually a postal service worker, so you know, if you ever want to know why your mail's slow, this is the reason right here. He's playing games, he's not delivering your mail. He's the problem right there. All right,
Sick Panda already at the top of the charts here in qualifying 139.379. He's proven to be fast all week during practice, and showing it again here.
That's the original bottle rocket without a stick. Yep, that's our original bottle rocket without a stick. Sick Panda, when we first got him on board with us, oh my lord, he had some tremendous speed, but absolutely no control. It was like a loose cannon. Look, see right there, slapping the wall right there. Yeah, he's definitely come around a lot. I wouldn't have put him in the Mercedes if I didn't think he was capable of doing it. But he's definitely got a lot of pace. I've known Chris for a couple years now, and yeah, he's a great guy. Lives in the mean streets of LA. What do you know about that? Yeah, East LA. So you got a Chuco right here, man.
Oh, very close to the wall.
Very close to the wall. You see that?
There.
Woo! So he's probably listening to us right now and just say, Johnny, you son of a, he's going to message me right now, all kinds of bad stuff. But yeah, Chris.
The charts for him so far in Q1. He actually ran the fastest wet time in Thursday night's practice.
Did you see that?
It was the second fastest in the dry as the track dried out later that evening. So
I'm glad you watched that.
Really quick.
He has. I have to agree with that, but we'll see if he's going to be the threat tonight. Our real Mercedes driver is I don't know if you've ever heard of Stylen 18, Ray Rawls from Australia. This guy right here is a beast when it comes to Formula One, but he's a cricket world champion as well in Australia, so he's been doing the cricket thing, and I'm sure he'll catch up with us soon enough. But look at that Robert CCS right here in the McLaren. I really like that livery. That orange is just, I don't know, that's the best orange I've ever seen on a car. I'm liking that, but certainly
the McLaren papaya orange, I believe, is what they call that.
Papaya, I like fruit too. But yeah, Robert from Panama, originally from Venezuela. What F1 drivers from Venezuela? Maldonado, right? That's right.
Pastor Man from Maldonado was one of them, and I want to say Ricardo Patrese or
there you
Ricardo
go.
Moreno. I can't remember.
I would go with the Moreno, but yeah, Robert certainly is a very good wet weather driver. We've seen him go head to head with a couple of drivers before, notably Brazil. A couple of years back, just a tremendous battle with Jeremy Pope, who is not here right now, drumming his way somewhere else, little drummer boy. But yeah, great stuff from Robert. He's actually on probation for some track violations not too long ago that cost some people a little bit of I guess points. Well, actually, he screwed up, and but I like Robert. I didn't initiate the process. The actual member just filed a complaint like he's supposed to, follow procedure, and then of course the league administrators and them just basically wanted me to issue out something to him. So I didn't come down on him too hard. I just put him on a little bit of probation, and yeah, he's good, but he's anxious to come back.
Out of the way of the,
you see that?
Anthony Johnson there.
Very heads up driving. He's just, his wife just had a young child not too long ago, and he just barely got his room back. I guess they use his game room for the nursery, but he's back at it. He's coming every race now, and so he's getting better with each time. Right now, currently running second, 139.406. So he's got a lot of pace. We'll see what happens here.
We're going to pick up Anthony Johnson here too as well, because it looks like he's starting his first hot lap of the night.
On board with him now. 7th gear. Doesn't touch 8th gear here though. Look at that, nice.
Check out that Lewis Marshall chiming in on my live chat. Always good to see you and hear from Lewis Marshall. He's one of the league administrators for IRL.
Awesome. Hello, Lewis.
So, always good to have him joining on one of my streams.
Yeah, there you go.
He's proven to be a very quick driver. So
really, a league administrator that can drive. I couldn't do both, man. I just didn't have the, I don't know, the brain power. If I concentrate on one thing, then I'm good at it. If I concentrate on two, not so much. So both things suffer.
Lewis actually started out this year racing for IRL and SRL. A few races in at Abu Dhabi. Actually, it wasn't Abu Dhabi, it was Yas Marina for SRL. There was a little bit of an altercation on track and off track.
All right.
With the league administrator. So he decided to retire from SRL, and in the midst of that also decided that he would just kind of hang it up for the season with IRL. But he's been commentating with me in IRL for the last few weeks. That's been going really well. I'm not used to actually having a co-commentator with me, so this is
new, man.
For me, and
absolutely
new for him, and it's been working really well. And
well, good.
Here I am co-commentating again. So.
Awesome. So yeah, you never, when I was coming up in the ranks of sim racing, I always told myself, I don't want a league, man. I'll never want a league. I don't want to be in a league. I come and go as I want.
Oh, look at that. 138.648 for Robert.
Going back in time early on.
Johnson also ran a 138, but his time was invalidated for
track limits.
The track limits.
I was on board with him now. I didn't want to interrupt you when you were talking, but Anthony pushing a little harder than he needs to. Track temperatures are way down as the evening has fallen. These guys are going a full qualifying session, so he's on the hypersoft, so looking for that extra grip, but yeah, he's pushing a little harder than he needs to. I would give these. Look at that! Woo!
First sector.
Yeah, he's got to slow down a little bit, let those tires cool off, and get that car back underneath him there.
If there's one thing that's going to be a factor in tonight's race, it's definitely going to be track temperature and more importantly, tire temperature.
Absolutely.
Singapore is so hard on tire temperatures, and it turns out F1 2018 is actually fairly sensitive to tire temperatures, especially at this track.
I love it. I love it.
Earlier this year at SRL, Sandro Dulius took away a very commanding win because he was the only driver that was able to keep his tire temperatures under control.
Nice.
Everybody else struggled with tire temps, and it was Sandro's first win in over 2 years, so it was a big time win for him. But the same thing had happened in IRL. Tire temperatures is going to be key. If you can keep the temps low, you can keep the grip high.
Yeah.
But so far, I know Anthony Johnson struggled throughout the week with a lot of understeer.
Yes, he did.
Almost hits the wall there.
Right there. Yeah, he sure did. He was pushing real hard right now, and he's still pushing. He's not listening. He needs to slow down and cool his tires off. He's going to end up not scoring a good run here.
He's going to come across the line 139.412.
A little slower than Robert.
Once again, invalidated. So no time set for Anthony Johnson just yet.
Well, Anthony, bad for you, good for Donnie right now, who's moving up at 140.026. Let's check out Mr. Staubitz here. Where is he? Here he goes. And the Renault, I have a problem saying that. Renault, is that right? Something like that. My mouth doesn't work that way, man. I just say Renault, man. I got a bunch of emails from people in France saying, Johnny, you're gonna.
Oh, and he bangs the wall coming out of that
He sure does. He sure does.
Back the right side tire to get the wall.
Donnie Staubitz pushing hard as well on those hypersofts. I was out there on those a little while ago, and they do offer a lot of grip, but I mean, these guys are running like Superman here. It's got nice rotation there, no front end push.
Little twitch of the car coming out of the corner as he tries to get the power down. Back end kicked out just a little bit.
It's that temperature again. I'm really liking the fact that some guys are not perceptive to the fact that now it's a dynamic now. That's probably somebody slowing down. I saw Robert slowing down. Here he comes, Donnie. I hate this corner. Oh my Lord. Carries a lot of speed through there. Very nice. And onto the front straightaway. What's he got cooking in the oven of speed? Let's find out. Whoa!
Ooh, very
man! Holy moly! All the way around.
Monero sets the fastest time, 1:37.224.
Woo! Panda! What's he got? Donnie? Nada. Oh my Lord.
Donnie is not able to improve his time.
Not at all.
And Chris Monero is the first driver to crack into the 1:37s, and he is way faster than second place Robert in the Renault. Robert's in the McLaren, Donnie in the Renault.
Yep. Donnie in the Sasquatch Motorsports number 1 driver, running a little late, so he's the one that we might be expecting here shortly. But he'll be starting in the back since he didn't commence with qualifying at the beginning here. So unfortunate for Ryan, but these guys have been working together as a good team. Rosta 236 and of course Donnie Staubitz. It's a pretty good combination. I let it flow if it works. Let him go with it. So yeah, Ryan, hurry up if you're watching the stream. Q1 is almost over.
A very good point. 3:13 left to play in the session, but Lewis Marshall's brought up a good point too. And I don't know how many of your drivers are actual pad drivers, but if you're a pad driver versus a wheel driver in this game, it's almost impossible to keep the tire temps low here at Singapore.
Everyone here has a wheel, I believe. Yeah, everyone here has a wheel. You got to have a wheel to be competitive in F1. Yeah, definitely everybody has a wheel. Donnie has a really nice wheel. Speaking
I've got a couple of drivers that I know that would make your your statement there be competitive with just a wheel. There's a guy in IRL, Jay Drawbridge, who is really quick with the pad, but he's also a little inconsistent. He's very fast, but he's also hit or miss. He either wins a race or he wrecks.
Well, like I said, the pad's not going to give you the sitting position. You use a lot of the actual sensation that your mind can create to help you be a better driver if you're just with the pad. Sitting behind a wheel with your feet on the pedals and your eyes focused on the game. I think it's a little bit different than I can't never go back. I couldn't even hold a controller in my hand unless it's broadcasting. Yeah, it's just four-time world champion Anto Rafael Sabo, who is actually racing for real right now. He's one of the drivers that I helped get a sponsorship for, and he won his 4 world championships on pad. So when he came to my league, he got his first wheel, and he took off from there. Right now he was sponsored by Parada de la Strada, our F1 sponsor, for some time trial racing in his Supra up in the New Zealand area, and he actually did pretty well. Picked up 2 more sponsors, and off he went. So yeah, I did that. No, that's hard to do, man. To talk to people on the other side of the world and get those things set up. But a lot of fun. Anto's a great guy. Too bad he's not here right now. Watching Henrik 88 fly, Mr. Edward Kindred, NASCAR league kind of guy. He has his own league called Outfront Racing, hence the name of his team here. But Henrik and I have started. Actually, he's the second person on my list. There's 3 people that I've known the longest. Finn is one of them. Rio 1974, who's not here, and of course Henrik 88. And it's
Lewis has also brought up just a quick name drop for pad racing.
Who's that?
If you've ever run into a driver, Blizzard 53, that is Matthew Alder.
Nice.
And he is
king of the pad, huh?
The fastest driver I've seen in IRL or SRL. Undoubtedly the king of quick.
Nice.
Got all the drivers in the pits right now except for
Anthony Johnson,
who is yet to set a time, unfortunately.
He's pushing so hard. I'm telling you, he's killed his tires. They're no good no more. Those Hypersofts are only good for a few laps.
Looks like he's on an out lap. His sector time is well into the 2-minute range, so he's either going to be coming around to try and do a hot lap, or he's going to come around and dive into the pits.
No, he's going all the way. Here he goes. Here he goes. Clear track. Anthony Johnson. They call him the time traveler.
It's going to be a 1:39.412, but again, looks like it might have been invalidated, and this is going to be a last-ditch effort. Comes across the line with 9 seconds remaining, so he's got enough time to put in this one last lap, but is he going to be able to put anything together? It looks like Staubitz is retired from the session.
Yeah, he's done.
A little odd since this is only Q1.
Well, he's going to retire from Q1, not from the entire session. I think that's how you do that, right? Yeah, you only be from this Q. So he's done with that. But Anthony Johnson, this is uncharacteristic for him. He's usually on pole or right up to second or third spot here. He's normally on the podium for qualifying. But this is way uncharacteristic. He was complaining about the grip earlier on in the practice session right before the qualifying session. He said his car just went south on him. So I don't know if he's changed the setup or what, but like you said, last ditch effort. Here he goes.
Well, we popped on board with him, and it's really too bad. He struggled a lot with understeer throughout the week, and it was primarily on the soft tires and not the hypers. So I thought with the hypers he would be able to have more front end grip, but it looks like it hasn't come together for him.
No, not at all. Maybe I don't know what he did. He burned them up early on, but yeah. See, look at that back end. Oh,
he's run a number of laps on these tires, and
grip levels, they're done.
You can hear the tire squealing. He locked up under that corner.
Yeah, definitely. They're definitely hollering at him. You hear that? Oh, stressing him out right there. Yeah, that's way close. That's way close.
Very close there to Anderson Brake
section. So far, no invalidated time. I don't know if he's going to get this done.
Very close to the outside wall. He's got one more corner to go.
He's going to go. Oh,
and he set a time.
Anthony, he does not. Second quickest.
Woo! Second quickest on his last ditch effort.
Talk about what is this? Dramatic finish here. What a great job from Anthony Johnson. I'm impressed.
So that is Q1.
Q1, that's right.
For most of the people that are watching, now this is different for me because IRL and SRL both run short qualifying, which is an 18-minute qualifying session, and then they run a 50% race.
Right.
So this is going to be different for me because this is full-on Q1, Q2, Q3, 61-lap race.
Well, normally we have a full lobby, but it's Easter weekend, so a lot of my guys are off. They scooted away, and it's just kind of I don't know, but full qualifying is the best, man. It really is. If you have a full lobby, and of course with the lap full race right after that. At the end of the night, man, I'm pretty tired. Calling him by myself. So yeah, a lot of fun though doing it. I've been doing it for like 2 seasons now already, full on. But hey, it is what it is. So we're waiting on somebody to come out here. Let's see who we got here. Actually, I got a message. Pastor Kraft. We have a pastor coming in here to say the invocation right before the race starts. So let me get him in here. So what do you think so far? Anthony Johnson looking promising. Sick Panda.
Well, Anthony Johnson's looked pretty promising throughout the whole week. I mean, he was actually, and this is what I thought was kind of odd. He was actually the fastest driver on Monday's practice, but his trap speed was actually really low in comparison to some of the other drivers. So his trap speed was only 169 miles an hour, where Roush Rule Kid had actually gone 184 miles an hour in the trap speed. But Johnson was the fastest car overall Monday. So. But again, he did struggle with some understeer throughout the course of the week, so it'll be interesting to see between him and Sick Panda. I think those are going to be the two guys to really watch. But Robert set a really good qualifying time in Q1.
Sure did. We're waiting on Finish Boy to come out here. And this guy, again, two-time Reindeer world champion, super quick guy. I mean, super consistent. I mean, he'll do the whole 61 laps and hit his mark every time. I mean, literally the Iceman. He's had some of the best drivers in the world chase him down and still can't. He won't look back. He doesn't make very many mistakes. So tonight, I'm hoping for a good show from him. A couple seasons back, he was about to win Singapore. He got tangled up with a second-place car, hit him from behind. They both went in the wall, and it was game over for him. So this is one that he wants, and I think he's going to try to go all out tonight. We haven't really talked too much about him, but let's stay on board here and check out his line, because this guy right here, he's a beast, man. I mean, super precise, super technical, a Formula One sports journalist in Helsinki. Yeah, he's got a large following. We'll see if he can't impress them and us for this evening's qualifying session here.
I did not see him practice at all throughout the course of the week. It was mostly Sick Panda.
Yeah, he practices by himself. He won't. He practices on another time, I guess. But yeah, he didn't. He doesn't post his stuff. He's very secret, man, about his stuff, man. But he definitely practices because he is a weapon.
Force India's getting out of the way there. Mercedes.
Yeah, they're giving him wide berth.
Bro Wilson.
Brother Bro Wilson. Gotta love you some Bro. Stop by the Bro Wilson trailer after the race and get your Bro Wilson Astos chaps. They'll be available now. Extra small, extra tight, extra pink, or whatever you want. Bro might be signing them after the race as well. You might get lucky to get a signed pair.
Bro struggled Thursday night in the wet weather. He was actually the slowest driver on track. He ran a 2:03.413 was his best time on Thursday.
Yeah, for
sure.
That
was the slowest of the pack. He never did set a dry time either.
No, he was pretty quick in the for his practice session right before the race. He looked like he had a little bit of speed. So here goes Finish Boy on his hot lap now. But yeah, bro, he's a consistent driver. He's a GT Academy type guy, or GT Sport type guy. So he plays a lot over there. I'm not really a fan of that game, but we won't talk about that. Look, DRS is open on the Ferrari Scuderia. Gunfighter Motorsports, that's actually my team, working his way around the track. My lead driver, and my only driver at the moment. Two-time reigning champion, Ansi Levislampy. That's how you said you pronounce
also
my name,
second
Ansi.
1 and 2.
They're slowing down, moving over for some people. I used to watch that all the time, and I'd be like, who's that? You're a crash. And I flip it back over there, and they're just slowing down and let people pass by. Woo, look at this. Now, this is how you keep your tires moderately cool without overbraking.
And Lewis Marshall is very interesting to see the times on these ultra softs. He's just stated that in one of the leagues that he does run, he ran a 134 flat ultras in Singapore.
Nice.
So that is really cooking going around the track here.
Sure it is.
130. We saw 137 in Q1, but that wasn't on the ultras.
No, that was on the Hypersofts. But hang on a minute here. Let's see what happens here. They haven't really attacked it. I think you're going to see that a lot of the fastest times, of course, in Q3. Q2 is normal.
The Hypers too the Hypers do offer more grip, but I think they don't put it together here very well. Singapore is so hard on tires that the Hypers, I think, give up within a half a lap.
Here he goes across the stripe.
Like he's going off the pace.
Yeah, he aborted a 144. Yeah, he aborted a mission there. I don't know what he did. Oh, he's saving his tires. That's all he's doing. He's saving his tires. They want to keep those tires because this is the tires they're going to start on. So they want to come out in the Q3 and have a little bit of rubber left. So that's probably what he's doing. He just came out and set a time. He might not try very hard, but watch him for Q3. This guy's going to try to take pole. That's the secret to these street courses.
It's actually a really interesting tire strategy. I actually have not seen, I guess because we don't do a Q1 and a Q2 and a Q3, but I mean, I see everybody's running in the 140s versus
they're all slowing down.
137s, the 136s that we saw in Q1.
Yeah, they wanted to get into Q1. Now that they're in the Q2, everybody stays about the same. Nobody goes for these super quick laps because then you're going to make everybody else do that, and what you end up doing is killing your tires. So they want to play it smart. Everybody relaxes, and they do that in professional Formula 1 as well.
Take a look at the time for Chris Mangaro, Sig Panda.
159.
159.863.
Talk about sandbagging.
That was actually slower than his wet time Thursday night. Thursday night he ran a blazing 154 in the wet. But he's going 159, so he's definitely saving his tires to start this race.
For sure. But you know who isn't saving his tires is Hendrick 88. Yeah, he hasn't. He's not a big fan of F1. I kind of asked him if he'd sit in tonight, and so he asked me, "How long do I have to learn the track?" I said 5 hours. So he's been driving around this track for 5 hours now, and he's learning pretty good. A super great.
That is a very hard track to learn on. Singapore is not where I would want to start.
No, well, he's raced F1 before. This guy's just a driver all the way around, man. I mean, he's a smart kid, smart man. He adapts well, and GT3 driver, GTA driver, GTE driver, wet weather specialist. Edward Kindred is a super good qualified guy. So he's in the pits now. Let's see what's got. Wolfenoria with 141, but this is basically what they're doing right now. Is in the Q2. They got 8 minutes left, so. Well, I think it's just move around here and see what who's on the track. Actually,
really
Donnie stopped.
Tire strategy, and that's actually pretty smart considering that these are the tires that they're going to have to start on.
Right.
So they're really pushing it right now.
Well, at the beginning of the race, it gives you the tire allotment. So depending on what tire allotment you chose and what tire you want to start on, it looks like everybody's going to start on the Ultra Softs actually, because who was on? Was Donnie on the Hypersofts Q1? He was, wasn't he? I think he was. So this is the set that they're going to start on. So I think you can do one tire change during qualifying, whether or not you want to do it at the beginning or the end or whatever. I think that's how that works.
Again, I might need clarification on this, but I think the time that you set your fastest lap with in Q2 is the set that you have to start with. I believe Lewis could probably clear that up for me. I'm sure.
Yeah, we can ask one of our lead specialists after the race here. Actually, Finished Boy would know that, but if you could find that answer out, that'd be great.
But I do believe that the fastest time you set in Q2, those are the tires that you have to start the race on.
I believe you're correct. So Robert, again, everybody's just.
Got.
Go ahead.
It looks like we got the Finnish boys heading out on an out lap. We got Robert on an out lap.
I'm watching Robert now. He's just putting around again in the papaya orange McLaren.
Looks
Yeah.
like
Only Finnish boy and Robert are the only ones out.
they're the only ones out. Looks like they're both on the ultra salts again. And yes, Lewis did just clarify that for me. The fastest time you set in Q2, you have to start the race on. So yeah, the
Awesome.
tires you set the fastest lap with in Q2
Right.
is what they're going to be starting with.
So I knew that. That was correct. I just didn't know the procedure that. So here we go. I got a couple guys in here that need an invite. So I don't know if I can do that right now. Hang on, let me see here. Got 2 more drivers showing up here. Can I do that? How do I do that? I don't want to do that. Nope, it won't let me. It says race director quit to main menu, so I can't do that either. So back out.
You should be able to do it from your PS menu.
Okay, hang on, wait. My PS menu? Okay, hang on, wait. I gotta hold it down. Okay, I see what you're saying. Friends. Yes. Right. I got you. Well, you got your stream going, right? So yeah. So y'all guys switch over to his channel if you want. No, I'm gonna do this here in a second. How does it? Doesn't say about inviting him. I know if he comes to the chat, he. I knew it. But what if he? Okay, Lewis. What if he comes into the chat room? He can join us through that way, right? He can join the game that way. Hang on. Let's see here.
Now he could join the chat, but he wouldn't be able to join the race. You would have to have one of the drivers plug in.
Okay.
The Finnish boys starting a lap now. Got the DRS slot open down, the long backstretch as he heads down to the next left-hander here. Be interesting to see if he tries to set a faster time than the 1:44.686. As we were just talking about, that would be the set of tires that we have to start on. It'd be interesting to see if he tries to set a faster time than he's already done.
He looks like he's struggling.
And Robert are the only 2 drivers. Robert gets ready to come across the line now with a 1:42.647. That's enough to move him up to 4th.
Well, Finn's pushing a little bit harder.
He's a little bit off the pace coming around that corner, but tries to get the power back down. These are the only 2 drivers on track right now. 350 left to play in Q2. Obviously, nobody really pushing for right now. Now, the shootout in Q3, I think, will definitely be interesting to see.
Oh, for sure.
Because track position is going to be key here at Singapore. It's a lot like Monaco. If you want to start towards the front, because that's probably where you're going to end up as long as you can stay out of any of the melees that may happen in the opening lap. Here comes the Finnish boys. He comes across the line. Looks like he's going to be a little bit off the pace. Improves his time 1:43.85 or 8:35. Improves his time, but not his spot.
I wonder if he was pushing a little bit harder. He did look like he had a little bit more pace, but yeah, not too much. So he just wanted to get in. So 3 minutes to go. That's pretty much going to be it for him. He's going to run into the house here and lay low. He's got the tires he wants on him. He scuffed them up a little bit, and this should be interesting, folks. Stick around. I'm trying to get 2 drivers in. Let's see here.
You know, if I had to take a guess, the first time that he set, he pushed that car actually pretty hard throughout the course of that whole lap and then braked at the very last second on the front stretch. This particular lap, he was a little bit more consistent throughout the course of the lap, maintaining that speed. So he improved his time, but I don't think he put as much stress on these tires. So these tires that he's going to have to start on, I think are going to have a little bit more life in them than his previous tires. Because had he not braked at that last second, he would have ran a 137 or a 138. So I think he caught himself out doing that early on and then realized, oh, it's Q2, I got to start on these tires. I think that's why he made the switch. It looks like everybody else is just going to be chilling and relaxing in the pits.
Yeah, definitely. Donnie's inviting the drivers in that we were lacking, the ones that I couldn't do. So I had to coordinate that. So excuse me for being a little bit quiet there. Thank you for covering for me there, Lance. But yeah. I can't walk and chew gum at the same time, you know. That's what my dad used to tell me anyway. So finish boy around, what did you call this? Anderson Bridge here. To the DHL area. The yellow is just bright. You can't hit the wall there. It's pretty bright. Jumps right out at you. And across the stripe again, or as he comes in? He's coming to the house. That's going to be it for the Ferrari team. 131, 1 minute, 30 seconds left in qualifying. Q2. Fenorio standing on the top step here for Q2. Of course, Donnie Sabas right behind him with a 141.976. Bro Wilson, P3. Robert, P4. And finish boy, P5. Bringing it up to the bottom of the pack, 6th and 7th. Hendrick and Sick Panda. Sick Panda with a 2-minute lap time. What do you know about that, man? Come on, we've seen paint dry faster than that. But I think he'll.
Sick Panda, Chris McNair, he's gonna be the guy to watch heading into Q3.
He is. Now, like I said before, the original bottle rocket without a stick. Oh my God, this is gonna be interesting. We're missing some really fast guys. That's for sure. Eric Garcia, one of them. Of course, Stylen. So hopefully these guys will hurry up and take care of their business and come on back. But yeah, this Panda kid here, man, I'll tell you what, he's no kid. Born in the mean streets of East LA, racing Formula One now. He's a pretty cool guy, man. You know, just a little bit.
Like I said earlier, he set the fastest time in the wet on Thursday night.
Oh yeah.
And then went second quickest in the dry times at a 1:38.875. But on Wednesday night's practice race, he also crashed out at lap 13. So he put the left front to the wall and broke the suspension, and he was done after 13 laps. So
checkers are records.
Possible hit or miss with this guy.
Checkers are records, man. And the problem with him, back in the day when we first started racing with us, he'd take 2 or 3 guys with him, you know, and they were big hot because they're racing for a world championship. You know, they'd be hot, boy. And so yeah, he's retired from. He's retiring now. He's like, you know what, Johnny, I'm done. No, but yeah, he's a wild one, but he slowed down a lot, and I'm kind of glad that he's had the opportunity to keep driving with us. You know, but you got to work with him.
I think everybody set their time on
so.
No, not. So Finish Boy and Ed Hendrick set their times on the Hypersofts.
That's it.
And
only 2
Lewis
Hypersofts.
Brought up a really good point here. Lewis has brought up the point that those hypers are only going to last. If it's dry and it's hot, those hypers are only going to last maybe 3 laps at best.
Yeah, exactly. That's
so
what I was saying earlier.
Have to make a very quick, short stint in the opening round of this race and switch over to ultras. They might be at a little bit disadvantaged, even though it's the faster tire.
The philosophy with that is once you're in front, it's hard to pass. You know that they can. You know they have to control their own pace then, and set the pace of the race. Dirty air is king. There's a real big effect here. You can actually see the air. The cars being affected by the backdraft coming off the car in front of them. And some of these guys know how to utilize that. They'll take you out to the wall and put that nose underneath their back wing, and boy, you're gonna go sailing away. We've seen it happen. A couple of guys, South Bronx notably, from GRL Racing. He was king of that. Eric Garcia, who's not here, is a master as well, using the dirty air. A couple of these guys know their skill. You know, just how to. I can't explain it, but you can actually see when you get behind a car. Some of these guys are saying, "Hey, you know, my car's pushing, my car's, you know, doing whatever," and it's because of the air. And these guys know how to take you out to the edge.
You're following too close behind. I mean, it's definitely with how aero sensitive these cars are. It's really easy to get a lot of aero wash, especially in the high speed parts of this track. When you get down to sections like Esplanade Drive and down to like turns 18, 19, 20, 21, where it's real tight, 90-degree corners, it doesn't matter too much.
It's not going to matter too much. Yeah.
If you're running down Republic and Raffles Boulevard, 4, 5, and 6, aero wash can be a real problem, but that's also your best spot to make a pass. Right,
exactly. So that's why I said it's going to be tricky. If you're behind somebody there, you have to be right on somebody's butt to make an effective pass here, because the straightaway is so short. I mean, you don't have time to build up no speed or nothing like that. You better be right there when y'all come on that straightaway. And that is where the
biggest run and your best passes from like turn 5 all the way down Raffles Boulevard to turn 7
to that hard left-hander.
Other than that, you're pretty much nose to tail with any other driver. And what I've noticed a lot this year and last year was a little bit different, but this year with F1 2018 with the tire temps being the way that they are, a lot of guys try to play the tire strategy, and there's a lot of separation between the cars as far as trying to run an outright pace to win the race. You know, when Sandro won earlier the year in SRL, I mean, the track times were so slow in comparison to what they could have been, but everybody was trying to conserve their tires. So you got to make the passes early, and you just got to manage your tires in order to try and make it work throughout the course of this very long race. I mean, Singapore is the longest race of the year for any of the F1 drivers, which is actually kind of interesting for me because it's going to be my longest race of the year as well. Full qualifying session.
There you go.
Grand Prix. So, I mean, it'll definitely be interesting for me, for myself, never having done a full race.
Well, this is
I
good
can't even
stuff.
imagine. It's got to be physically demanding, even from an esports perspective.
I am
Sitting
exhausted.
in a chair,
I'm exhausted after the
doing
day.
what you got to do.
I'm doing your job and mine.
You're not suffering from the actual heat.
No. Oh no, I couldn't bear with it. Well, I'm in Texas. That's just like Singapore. I'm from almost I'm about 100 miles off the border of Mexico, San Antonio. So I mean, it's pretty dang warm down here. Boy, I tell you what. But yeah, no, definitely, I definitely agree with that. But I'll tell you, man, after 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours or however long this takes, I'm ready to go to bed. But here he goes, finish boy. Q3 has started. 8 minutes and 45 seconds left. Working his way around the track. He's going to put a statement down right now. He knows those tires aren't going to be good for much longer after the start. So as we noted earlier, look at that, off to the edge there. He is pushing as hard as he can. Woo, boy.
Looks like everybody's going to try and set a fast time with the
Oh, yeah.
Hypers.
I hope nobody knocks
it.
it.
You can definitely tell he's on it as he gets a little tail happy there coming out of that corner.
Here he comes.
Trying to get that power down, get some wheel spin.
Look at that. Oh, slaps it in the 50-foot mark there. Just chunks it into that right-hander there, or left-hander, I'm sorry. Yeah, here he comes. I like the way that car handles right there. Just sexy-looking machine there. This car doesn't have too much back. It's not sliding out too much, so he's got a lot of grip. Oh, hits the wall there.
Oh, bangs the left side of the wall.
Oh, man. Did he kill his time? Looks like he's still rolling. Whoa, man.
That was piping close.
Woo.
Comes around the last corner. Is his time going to be set? 1:37.560.
Dang. Yeah, he lost a bit. He lost a bit with that slap. He lost a bit. He's going to try again.
Yeah, he definitely lost some time.
Here comes Chris Morengo. Sick Panda. He's going to try to lay one down for the Team Benzo here.
He's also out on the Hypers.
Keeps it in fifth gear, sixth gear. Yeah, always coming in.
Looks like he's going to head into pits.
Yeah, not happy at all. Part for me is on.
Pickup.
So I don't know how much more they're going to have in the way of setup wise. I think that's going to be it for him. He must have knocked off his wing.
Going to pick up Anthony Johnson here. He's in the last set of turns coming out of the last corner now. Oh, very close up against that DHL wall.
Carries a lot of speed. Look at that. Oh, boy, that's a little bit faster than Finn. What's he got going here? Fornorio, 136. Yep.
195.
Yeah.
Smashes finish boy's time by a second and a half.
Out on track right now, Donnie Staubitz. Here he comes. Sasquatch Motorsports #2 driver. Sponsored by Don's Auto Body in Buffalo, New York. Donnie said, wreck your car, come on in, and he'll fix it anyway, just so y'all can have a chat. Across the stripe, right around the corner here. Come on, Donnie.
Staubitz had a good line coming out of that last corner.
Oh, he's got a lot of speed there.
146.14, definitely off the pace.
Yeah, a little bit more. Whoa, that's not gonna do it there, Donnie. Run a little wide there. Okay, we'll just pick up.
Probably gonna run a cool down lap there.
Yeah, it must be. 6 minutes and 13 seconds to go. Actually, 11 seconds to go. Hendrick 88 Fly, NASCAR champion, winner of multiple Grand Prix. Actually, GT3 races. Just guy's one of the best weather racers I've seen. And he's trying his hand here at Formula One. This is his first season with Formula One, but he's a quick study, so we put him out here in the Premier class, and he's definitely gained track knowledge and got some, I don't want to say a lot of speed, but he's a lot quicker than a rookie driver would be out here. Like you said, this is not a track that you want to come out here and cut your teeth on, that's for sure, unless you know exactly what you're doing. But Edward Kindred, I have all the faith in him. Please, God. Please, God, don't let him wreck.
He's struggling with a little bit of understeer,
yeah.
Coming out of that turn 18-19 section.
Well, he's had 5 hours to develop a setup and learn the track, so, got to give him a minute or two. Hopefully he'll figure it out here. Here he comes. What's he got? Cooking in the oven of speed. Hendrick, 88, currently P5. Let's see.
And he improves his time, but not his position. 148.855.
Nice. Well, progress is always good.
Speaking of 100% length races, looks like Lewis Marshall, he's chiming in. He's doing his first 100% race
nice.
Sunday at the PSGL.
Nice.
For the race champions, he's never done a 100% race.
Well, what is the longest race that the IRL League does? We do 4-hour endurance races with the GT3. We share with the Project Cars game. We haven't done any a couple of months now. But
the longest race that IRL has done to date that I know of, and I've only been doing this for 2 years with them, has been the 2.4 hours of Le Mans, which we ran last year, and we're going to run again this year.
And we don't really have...
I do know that SRL does run once a year in Indianapolis 500. Nice. But I do believe they only run 100 laps versus the 200 lap race.
That's why is it? Is that because of the amount of personnel, or is it because of the YouTube time, or is it because of what is that causes that? But Fenorio still holding the top step. Still, Sick Panda did not. Actually, he's on his outlap now. But what causes y'all to run shorter races? I mean, it seems like every event that we do is a full-on block paint series linked race, or you know, whatever series we're running, we run a full entire race on a Saturday night. I'm
not 100% sure what has constituted them to run the 50% races. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll say this: it definitely hasn't taken away from any of the competition.
Oh no, for sure.
I know you've watched some of the races there, but I mean, IRL and SRL. I mean, they've got guys literally. You know, you take a look at your guys here, a lot of them are in America, and if you take a look at like SRL, you've got guys that are literally in Australia, Venezuela, Germany, Japan. I mean, you've got guys all over the world, so it's
international.
hard to find a time to race where everybody would be able to run that length of time
you would want to think that
running into an interruption.
Right. Well, I was gonna say you think that if you were gonna take that much time to okay, he's moving over there. If you were gonna take that much time to coordinate something like that, you would give them the entire race. You know, I mean, make it worth their effort. But I mean, I'm just not complaining. I'm just kind of curious why y'all would do it like that. You know, ARL was doing that.
That's the biggest factor is just the amount of
I gotcha.
Different areas in which people are in.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've had these. Go ahead.
Literally, like I said, Luke Smith is in Australia, and then Chris Ryan is in Las Vegas, and then I'm on the East Coast.
Sick Panda.
A lot of guys in Britain and Germany.
P2.
And Sick Panda, to set a time, goes 1:36.945. And he's only the second driver to crack into the 1:36s. He's going to get out of the way for
Robert CCS.
Looks like Robert's just starting a hot lap.
Let's go on board with Robert here and see what this Venezuelan, now Panamanian driver has cooking in his taco hut here. Mr. Spectacular. I call him Mr. Spectacular. He went to came to the United States, and he went to go I guess Daytona, driving the Ferraris. They had some kind of exotic car there, and he messaged me and he said, "Man, Johnny, it was so much fun." And I said, "Well, how was it?" He goes, he doesn't speak very good English. The only word he knew was spectacular. So that's how he got his name. He goes, Spectacular. So, I mean, I laughed for about an hour, and then that's his nickname now, Mr. Spectacular. So good stuff from Robert. His wife just had a little baby. So, I'm glad he's back full on. And, whoo, boy, he's getting it here. He's working those hypersofts like he's supposed to. Top of the driver.
Have to get it here because there's only 1:30 left remaining in this session, so time is starting to run out for these guys.
Yeah, it may be close if he's trying to get one more in. He's going to cut it razor close. Fenorio's still on his outlap, so Fenorio wants another piece of the pie. He wants to take another swipe at it, make sure that he's got the nail in the coffin. But Sick Panda's right there sniffing at him. I don't know if Chris is still out or not, but on board with Robert as he works his way around the last couple of corners here.
I saw Robert cut one of those corners pretty close. He does it again right there. And it looks like he might have invalidated his time.
I was about to say he slowed down. I think he knows that. But he's got 59 seconds to go here, so let's see what he got going on here. Maybe he's got one more shot.
He's going to have enough time to start another lap, but this is going to be a last-ditch effort. This is a lot like we saw from Anthony Johnson in Q1.
Well, he's out.
Comes across the line with only a few seconds.
There's Anthony Johnson now. He's out. Here he comes. Oh, he hits the wall hard. Oh, that's it. Oh, he hits, excuse me, I didn't mean to yell, but he hits the wall hard, and it is not knocked his wheel off, but he has come to a crawl now.
He cost himself a lot of time.
Oh, man, he's done. He's got 29 seconds to go.
Day.
Yeah, I think he is. If he comes in now, maybe he doesn't have too much damage. I don't know, but that was a hard slap.
A big slide by Robert coming out of that corner there.
Oh, he's going to go for it.
Out on him.
Anthony Johnson's going for it again, so I guess that damage wasn't too bad, but it was enough to slow him down. Big hit there. Maybe it could have been a lag shot or something, but wow. So Fenorio's going to take one more swipe at it. Where's the finish boy in all this mix here? Here he comes. with a full head of steam. 137.560 is his time. Ooh, time is up.
Time is up.
Uh-oh. So Finn's got to lay one down here.
And Hendrick are all locked in with their times. We're still watching Robert here. See if he can set a quick time. He hasn't been able to set a time yet.
On board with the Ferrari driver, Mr. Levis Snappy himself. Currently P3 in Q3. Let's see if he can take it a little bit higher. And he does not. He stays P3 in qualifying.
Got Robert coming through the 18 through 22, I believe. 18 through 21 section.
On board now with Robert.
Corners for Robert. Can he set a time?
Ooh, he slapped him off.
He cut that corner way too tight.
No!
No time.
That did not out. Oh, here goes Fenorio. Anthony Johnson. Why do they call him Fenorio? I don't know. You got to ask his wife. But here he comes. On the hypersauce, boy. He's got to lay it down. He's got to lay it down. He wants to stay out front.
Oh, and he blew that corner over a little wide there.
This is where he hit the wall.
Looks like he's coming up on the backside of Bro Wilson. So we'll see if Wilson can improve his time.
Anthony Johnson around the bend.
Wilson very close to the wall there, and so is Anthony Johnson.
Oh, he's coming in. Anthony, he laid it down. Oh, what happened there? Oh man, I guess he realized that everybody else was locked in. So that's it.
Wilson was unable to improve his.
He did. He did not. He did not improve at all. So race director, what do you got? What do we got here? So who is who and what's what? Let's find out. Fenorio in the garage with the fastest. Oh, he was on the hypersofts. Actually, everybody was on the hypersofts, as you said earlier. So that's pretty much it. What do we got for times here?
So pole position for Anthony Johnson, and even though he struggled in Q2 a little bit, and Q1 with a little bit of understeer, it looks like he was able to put it together. He did smack the wall there that one time. So
man, that was hard.
He might still be struggling with that understeer.
I think he was just pushing too hard. He gets excited.
We do have a couple extra drivers. Oh, Jeremy Pope.
You know it.
Fly High 879.
Know it.
Yeah, Jeremy Pope is actually IRL's reigning GR3 champion in Gran Turismo Sport. So he's proven to be very quick in a saloon car or a coupe, however you want to put it. He also races an IRL F2, but he has struggled a little bit this year trying to figure out the ins and outs of working in a Formula One car. But in a Group 3 car in Gran Turismo, he is very, very quick. He pretty much dominated the whole season, and him and his teammate walked away with the Constructors' Championship along with the Driver Championship. So Team C7R was pretty unbeatable this last year. So we look forward to racing with him again in Group 4. That should definitely be interesting as we get ready to head into the summer season. So here we go. This is going to be a 61-lap race. This is the longest Formula One race of the season in any league. It's just the way the track is. And tire temperatures are going to be key. I'm going to try and keep them low. And you just got to try and keep the car out of trouble. And weather can always be a factor. There's three things you can guarantee here. Tire temps are going to be a problem. Weather's going to be a factor. And there's a 90% chance of a virtual safety car or a full-on safety car. So waiting for this to load up. That's to Anthony Johnson for picking up another pole position of the year. And it looks like we're going to do 5 red lights straight from the start. No formation lap here. Lights are out. Time to run what you brung. And they are go. Good start by Anthony Johnson. Chris Mangaro trying to keep pace with him. Finish boy there in third. Ronnie Stallbitz with a move up to the outside and inside. Looks like he gained a position. He's losing it now. He's side by side. It's 3 wide as they come out of the start. Stallbitz manages to hang on to 4th, and it looks like Bro Wilson fell back a couple of spots. Mangaro, though, is all over the backside of Anthony Johnson's Red Bull. And these two have already pulled out a second gap over Finish Boy, who's the second ahead of this battle here. This is Ronnie Stallbitz, followed by Robert, followed by Bro Wilson. This is 4th, 5th, and 6th here in the opening lap. Meanwhile, Anthony Johnson back towards the front is already starting to gap 7/10 of a second over Chris Magaro. So the opening lap, they're already starting to get spread out a little bit. The real battle is going to be between 4th, 5th, and 6th as we follow these three cars. Stallman in the Renault, Robert in the McLaren, and Bro Wilson in the Racing Point India.
The Force India, yeah. The pink thing, the pink car. Not my favorite color, but hey. Well, Finish Boy closed the gap. Actually, wait, hold on a minute. What do we got here? Yeah, so Finish Boy's definitely right there now on the back bumper of Chris Magaro here. So
now we've got a battle here. This is Jeremy Pope right behind Rosta.
Let's see here. Ryan Wingate, Boise, Idaho. A busy man, locksmith in a Ferrari. Hey! Oh, no, that's Jeremy in the Ferrari. And
Jeremy gets to the inside of him, gets the power down, and he's able to make the move.
These two had a great battle at Monaco 2 seasons ago, battling it out in the rain to the last lap. Jeremy just passed Ryan, broke his heart, but yeah, could have had a really good finish, Rosta, but Jeremy picked his pocket.
4th. That was Robert. He got a little tail happy coming out of the turn 2.
So Robert lost his spot? I guess, no, he did not. That's Donnie Stallman right in front of him.
Donnie Stallman.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's Donnie right there in front of me. So he's trying to get there. Oh!
Big
Whoa!
switch.
Holy moly, what a save though, man. Mr. Spectacular.
That was that understeer that you were talking about. That was that arrow wash you had talked about in Q3.
I'm telling you.
Backside of somebody and losing the grip on the front end.
Donnie took him out to the
Chris Magaro is still within a second. So he's going to get that DRS advantage here around lap 3, because lap 3 is when they'll enable the DRS. He's hanging tough with Anthony Johnson.
Mr. Fenorio, he doesn't want to look back. He doesn't want to make a mistake here. I told him, don't look back whatever you do if you get the lead. This is a track that you cannot take your eyes off the road here. It happens fast. It comes at you fast. Caution. I see that. Going through it. You got a slow, what is that? Roaster 236, a little bit slower here. Could be, where's Hendrick at? Oh, so it's got to be Roaster. He was a little slow there, so I'm not sure what happened to him.
Yeah, Roaster just lost a big chunk of time to Ed Hendrick.
Yeah, that's gonna be Ryan then bringing out the caution there. Whoa! So Finish Boy still has his sights set on. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm on board with Fly High. I forget he's in a car. Look at Sick Panda with a fast lap at 1:43.138. Woo! Fly High all the way to the wall.
On the move, man. He's got the gap down to within half a second, and now the DRS is enabled. He'll be able to get that coming out on the Raffles Boulevard.
Anthony trying to take him way out to the wall there, trying to bait him. Chris Magaro just rolling back.
Is open.
There it is. Still too far back though to make a move. He's got to be right there on top of this man because this straightaway ends quick. He lays out the power nice there chasing that Red Bull. Whoa, a little bit too much power there. Had to roll out of the throttle a little bit longer than he wanted to, I'm sure. Takes it out to the wall there.
We're trying to get that power down.
Yes, he is. And there's again, that's the lack of grip that they're encountering here. I was going to say, Anthony Johnson almost put in the wall. But he does not want to get close to Anthony in this sector right here.
I want to lock up on the right front from Anthony Johnson. I think he's starting to feel the pressure a little bit.
He looked in the mirror, I'm sure. Yes, he is. He knows.
Everybody is on the Ultra Softs except for Finish Boy and Ed Hendrick. They're both on the Hypers. So that's lap 3 for them. Those tires are going to start probably giving up a little bit. Hendrick, though, looks like he's finally caught the backside of Rosta. Rosta's struggling big time at the opening stint of this race.
Rosta hit the wall a ton, I bet. We didn't see that, but that's the only reason he'd slow down so much.
Jump back to the battle for the front real quick here.
Robert still can't get around Donnie. Twisting, diving, spinning, and rolling here, but Donnie just hanging on to it. Keep his eyes forward, and Robert's having some pace.
Magaro runs very wide coming out of that last corner.
Took that fast lap though, 142.
That will for sure give him at least a warning for exceeding the track limits.
These boys losing sight of these two as they're racing each other and they're pulling away. So I'm not sure if Finn's struggling for grip or what's going on here, but I'm on board with him now, and he just does not have the pace that these front two guys have. 4 seconds back already. That's a big gap there. Whoa! That was awesome, dude. That was awesome stuff, man. Sorry about that. Yeah, man.
Donnie Stallman just lost the position to Robert in the same corner that we just saw Mungero almost lose the car.
So they're as Ignite moves
and
on
Jeremy
here.
Pope has now caught the backside of Bro Wilson in the Force India.
Now these two have
Jeremy Pope on the move, starting at the back of the field because he missed qualifying.
So I wonder why
Donnie... He's going to get to the inside of Bro Wilson. Wilson was very wide coming out of that last corner.
There it is, right there, side by side, and he gets him. Jeremy Pope takes that spot away.
Oh, but he goes too deep into the corner.
Woo! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Bro Wilson rolls out of it. Oh my Lord! Great job for both our drivers.
Saved the position.
Wow. Wow, that's heads up driving for Bro Wilson. They bang wheels.
They bang wheels.
Oh no! Bro Wilson stops. What's going to happen here? Somebody's going to get a penalty for that. You know that's what's going to happen. Look, Jeremy Pope's checking his car, make sure it's all right. He is good to go. Wow.
Looks like he didn't lose any wing damage or anything like that. So that was very close. That almost ended in tears for both of those drivers. Dive bomb effort by Bro Wilson.
Oh, he was trying to get that spot back.
Yeah. After the race.
You know it is. He's going to complain, and or somebody will. But yeah, great stuff there from both our drivers to keep it pointed in the right direction. That's always important. All right, still watching that battle just a little bit longer.
Big time saved by Jeremy Pope. Keep that car going. And
he is your hero.
Away from the wall.
He is your hero, the star of IRL, you said. So yeah, that's what I like to hear, man.
I wouldn't say he's my hero. There's a little bit of a rivalry between me and him with our teams.
Jeremy's a great guy.
I am pulling for him today. So far so good. He's up to 6 tail half as he comes out of that corner.
The little drummer boy trying to bang his way into victory lane here. Let's see if he can do it. In the Ferrari Scuderia. Or Scuderia.
Like all the cars are pretty well spread out at this point. Anthony Johnson still leading the way, 2 seconds ahead of Chris Mungero,
who is still pushing like nobody's business. There's a little bit of brake lock up there, but Anthony's just running a smooth race tonight, man. Despite his earlier troubles in practice and of course in qualifying. Woohoo, Chris! Back into swinging around there. He is pushing that machine hard. I think Finish Boy's just laying back a little bit. He wonders if somebody's going to get in a. He knows Panda. Anything can happen with that. He doesn't want to come around the corner and Panda sideways, broadside, in the street. That might end.
I'll tell you right now, Panda is on the move. He has definitely got the power down because he has gained over half a second in that last sector. He's 0.6 quicker through that last second than Anthony Johnson. The gap was 2 seconds. It's now down to 1.5.
I think Anthony's cooling his tires cool off a little bit. To kind of check his pace a little bit. Bangs the wall there. These guys are just hitting the wall.
The wall there.
Yeah.
Smacks the right sides.
They're so lucky that they're hitting them flat like that. He hit that wheel at the wrong angle. It's going to be game over for you. Oh, here we go. All right, let's move around a little bit here and let's start at the bottom of the list. That's what I normally like to do. Let's go down to Rosta 236, Sasquatch Motorsports #1 driver. He usually drives actually.
He's lost his front wing at some point.
It sure has. Yeah, he sure has. Yep. He normally drives for with Donnie Stoppis in the Renault. Sasquatch Motorsports #1 driver, sponsored by, of course, Dow Glassworks. Do you know how to spell Dow? It's with a T. But yeah, check out the Facebook page if you're into happy things. That's it. That's all I can tell you. But yeah, Dow Glassworks.
Rosta struggled. He missed qualifying, and he started towards the back end of the field. And he struggled from the get-go, and it looks like he's lost his
he's coming in.
Front wing at some point. I saw cautions in sector 2 a couple of times, and hops over the curb there.
Yeah.
Struggling just to get to pit road.
Yeah, he's in now, but it's going to be a long stop here for Ryan Wingate. Let's stay on board with him as he let's see what the Williams team has to offer here. He's got yellow fuel. You start these races, full races, with not enough fuel to finish. At some point, you have to adjust your fuel to a light or a lean mode in order to save X amount of liters, I guess. Whatever your car has the allotment for. I think each car has a variation of how much gas they have based on their horsepower, etc., etc., etc. A lot of technicalities in that, but you have to have a certain amount of fuel left over after the race. You actually have to save fuel, but you actually start the race without the amount of fuel to finish the race. So yeah, he's on.
For him if he wants to make up any positions.
Yeah, he's on yellow fuel right now, so he's probably not even paying attention to that. He's probably just trying to drive the car. This is not his normal car. He did pretty good in some of the practice sessions, but not in the Williams, I don't think. But Fenorio still leading the pack, 2.3 seconds, should I say? Spit it out, Johnny. Pana fell back a little bit.
Chris Mungero lost a lot of time the last couple laps. He had that gap down to 1.4. He's now lost a whole second over top of it.
I wonder if he had to cool his tires off or he hit the wall. Let's see if he has all his nose on there. Yeah, he sure does. So Finn's still staying back there, just pacing himself. These top three have not lost sight of each other, and I guess that's a good thing at Singapore. These streets like
Finish
to.
Boy's actually making these hypers work pretty well for him, and he's actually maintained that gap. That gap hasn't changed.
I'm telling you, Mr.
From
Technical.
second spot. He's been a consistent 3.5 seconds behind Mangaro this whole race.
He hits his marks every time. He knows what He knows where to position himself. He knows how far he can fall back. He knows how hard he can push. I mean, he is like Mr. Spock in F1, for real. Just super cerebral when it comes to racing. I'm glad to have him. He's actually my Formula One administrator here, so he takes care of business. He lays down the rules, and most of it's all based on real Formula One rules. So I had to check with him before we try to make any kind of setting adjustments and stuff. So yeah, definitely a spot-on driver, pushing hard in the Ferrari, but 3.4 seconds, not too far back. He'll be all right. Let's see what else we got here.
I think 7 laps in, what we're starting to see here is actually a pretty typical Singapore race. The cars are spread out. Yep. No real battles going on the track. This is really just going to be a strategic race at this point. It's really going to come down to race strategy.
I was about to say, we'll see if
a 2-stop or a 3-stop.
Normally the normal stoppage is about 3 stops. I would do that just to play it safe, but again, the battle is going to be between the first and second, and of course third. Somebody's going to make a mistake there. I'm not saying who, but somebody's going to make a mistake, and the other two are going to try to capitalize on that. If it's Sick Panda, Fenorio's going to sail away, and Finn's got his work cut out for him. If it's the other way around, it's Fenorio. Finn, all he has to do is wait for Sick Panda to make a mistake, and I think he'll try to take an easy win there.
It looked like Mangaro just banged the wall coming out of that last corner. Smacked that left side coming out of turn 5.
He's going to learn his lesson. I'm telling you, he can't be hitting that wall all night long. Eventually, that suspension is going to give out on him, yeah, it's going to be game over. As you see, Roaster lost his front end, part of his nose missing, but he's still pushing that car really hard. Bro Wilson, 3-second time penalty. Brother Bro Wilson, United States Postal Service employee. That's why Ramel's always jacked up. Dennis is playing games. He's not delivering it. On board now with Sick Panda and the Mercedes AMG Patronus.
3.3 seconds off. You can hear him trying to get that power down. The tires just spinning as he comes out of that corner.
He's roasted those back tires off.
Finish Boy has lost a little bit of time now.
Well, he started.
Sick Panda.
Those are Ultra Softs as well, right? Finish Boy started on the Ultra Softs. I believe he did. Yes, he did.
No, he's on the Hypers.
Oh, that's probably why. He's gave up the ghost on those tires. But of course, skill level and understanding his car, he's going to take this thing probably 20 laps on those things and be all right.
Watching Robert here in the McLaren, he's actually running really smooth right now. Not really pushing the car too hard, just trying to maintain them tire attempts and maintain his gap to Finish Boy in the Ferrari.
Most of these guys have that understanding that you were speaking about earlier. As the track changes, I guess your average driver would be, what's going to happen to my car, and not really think that far into it. But most of these guys are longtime F1 players. Some of them are strictly F1. They watch it, they live it, they breathe it. So they're definitely in sync with what's going on here. And I'm sure Robert, even in Venezuela, in Panama, he knows what time it is here. So he's just taking, like he said, he's moderating his pace. He doesn't want to let that gap widen up too far. He doesn't want to let that gap close up on him any more than he has to. But definitely spot on.
Just picked up a 3-second time penalty.
I saw that. Cutting the corner, Donnie. I'm probably distracted there. Let's see what he's got going on here. Tell you what, if you want to take a little break here, we can do a Ministry of Speeds Crank It Up. One of my favorite things to do here. We can go a couple of laps here with, you pick a driver here, and we'll do a lap or two with him here, as I will go pour myself a drink as well. We'll take a little break here.
I'm going to hop on board actually with Jeremy Pope because
there you go. That's your man.
Put 2 seconds on Donnie Stallbits in the last couple laps. He was 12.5 seconds behind.
There you go.
And he's now 10.5 seconds behind. So we're going to hop on board with him for a lap or two.
Let's do it. I'll do
the. Working this throttle.
You do the inside view. I'll do the external view, and we'll go from there. So we'll do a couple laps here with Jeremy Pope and the Ministry of Speeds Crank It Up with brother Braun here, kicking it, commentating with me, and really enjoying it. Thanks a lot, Lance, for joining us tonight. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you over here, sir.
Appreciate it.
All right, let's crank it up. Enjoy. Jeremy Pope in the Ferrari Scuderia here at Singapore. Night racing, baby. Woo! Let's go.
of a lap with Jeremy Pope.
Yeah, it was, man. He was rocking it, man. I'm telling you, man. This guy right here, definitely a great driver. The only driver I know to take out almost the entire field at Road America in his GT car on a start. But yeah, a lot of fun. He holds that record. I think.
Looks like he was struggling with some front end grip and some understeer there in the last lap that we had watched there.
Lack of practice.
A lot of cautions pop up in sectors 2 and 3. I thought it might have been Rosta. Since he's had such a poor race, I thought it might have run out of fuel.
It has. He
has pulled off to the side there.
Yeah,
he letting the car go by.
Yeah, he did. Leader, either that or Jeremy went by. Oh, who's behind Robert? That's a Finnish boy that just went by. So Rosta's going a lap down now. As Finn has just flown by here.
Robert. Robert has moved into 4th.
So yeah, Rosta's struggling in the back here. I can see him finish the race here, but yeah, it's hard. It's hard to drive a track like this with such a poor handling car. I mean, I'm sure it's not. He's not having any fun back there, but definitely a go-getter. We'll see if he can pull it together. But Anthony Johnson's still working the way around the track. He's led so far all 12 laps of 61. Woo, man! Look at Sick Panda just sliding that car around. He's done where his wheels off of that Mercedes here. But Anthony Johnson, these guys, they need to start doing some pits, man. That's what they need to do.
We just saw Bro Wilson head to the pits. He just came out. He's running 8th now. He's going to be out on the Ultra Softs.
Let's see what you got here.
See how long he can run those for.
Oh, so Bro
Ultras. He started on Ultras, so he went 12 laps.
Oh yeah. Well, Bro Wilson again, thinking of the same lines I am. You want to come in here and get tires early on and settle down as they've been doing. He wants to just get some laps in. I guess he wants to stay in front of Hendrick and in front of it. Yeah. Well, no, he wants to get in front of Hendrick, stay in front of these lap cars and just try to do his thing here. Dennis hasn't got a top 5 yet in F1, so tonight might be a good chance for him to do that. He locks it up just in time and almost hits the wall. Oh my Lord!
Wow!
Did you see that? Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, I was on board with him when he did that. That's pretty scary. So Dennis needs to.
He's got Anthony Johnson behind him now. So Bro Wilson's about to be the second car a lap down.
He might have got the blue flag at one point there. I didn't see how the gap was, but within a second, I believe it is, and distracted him for a minute. Either that or he was looking at.
This is all transpired. It looks like Chris Mangaro has actually closed that gap now. Oh, but he bangs the wall again coming out of that corner.
Oh, he knows that Fenorio has lap traffic in front of him here. He's going to try to close the gap here as fast as he can. There's only a few places that Fenorio can get around Bro Wilson here.
Oh, that was very close coming out of that last corner there.
It was, I'm on board with that.
Mangaro is flirting with disaster this race, I'm telling you. I feel like this race is going to end in tears at a certain point.
The bottle rocket without a stick, man.
13.
And his penalty on top of that.
3-second time penalty.
I'm telling you, man, the original bottle rocket without a stick. He's like a pit bull, man. He's got 2 modes, on or off. You know what I'm saying? There's no moderation with Chris, man. As long as I've known him, man, he's just full on attack, or he's not at all. He's not in the game at all. So, yeah. That's a style.
He actually crashed on lap 13 of the practice race on Wednesday night. So, I mean, hey, does history repeat itself?
I hope not.
Well, they could.
I hope not. Well, that would be about the time his tires would fall off after pushing so hard. So you're sure right. If anything happens, it'd be about now. Let's not give him commentator's curse, but holy moly, that was close. On board with him now, and he's just working his way around the track like it was lap 1. Can't get that thing turning. And Anthony Johnson.
Curse has happened to me one time.
Yeah.
It was during an IRL race. I think it was SRL. It was Alexander Bastos. Alexander Bastos he's a midfield driver. He's probably holds the record this year for finishing 7th the most time. It's an interesting record to hold, but...
Whoa, we got what I tell you! Whoa! Holy moly, Hendrick had to slow down and let the lap cars go by. Bro Wilson came up on him, but Sick Panda just kept pushing. Wow! So it looked like they all got through clean, but Hendrick was just in a bad spot at that moment. He couldn't get around Bro Wilson. Bro Wilson had to slow down as well to adjust for Hendrick. And here comes Sick Panda
Hendrick's got to dive into the pits. He's got some wing damage, it looks like.
He might have got a shot, might have got rubbed, so he's in the pits now, but he was right there by pit road entrance, which is lucky for him. Bro Wilson staying out. Oh, his car's pushing against the wall there. So these two might have damage, slight contact, but nothing lethal. That happened quick. I'm telling you, man. Anything can happen just like that here at Singapore. Just like I alluded to earlier.
Rosta is actually able to pick up a spot because of that. He's able to get by Hendrick. So Rosta's race, which has been pretty abysmal up to this point, he finally picks up a spot, moves into 8th.
Puts a little sunshine on his bad luck there, but yeah, he's moving around now. So 3 cars a lap down. Hendrick, Bro Wilson, of course, Rosta 236. Jeremy Pope, next on the list, but we'll see how fast Fenorio can get around this track. 14 laps with 61 down.
It's a little bit of a tank slapper coming out of that corner there on turn 5 area down Raffles Boulevard.
Who was that? Who are you talking about? Which one? What driver was Jeremy Pope? Okay. I was watching Robert CCS. He pretty much did the same thing, but yeah. He sees Finish Boy. He's got a lot closer now, but or is that Jeremy? Because I see, let's see,
no,
Robert.
That's Robert catching Finish Boy.
Finish Boy, that's exactly what I thought, yeah. Caution again, Sector 2, where's that at? Looks like it's Rosta. Oh, it's Hendrick, it's Hendrick this time. That's who it was. Just getting a little squirty there, looks like he got sideways. So Rosta's on the Hypersofts, and he misses the corner. He has to back it up.
Oh, man, Rosta's
and there goes his teammate, Donnie Staubitz, goes right around him, giving him the "You're number 1" sign as he passes by. So number 2 driver currently number 1, as the number 1 driver struggling in the car he's not familiar with, the Williams. So a locksmith from Boise, Idaho, but doesn't seem like he can pick his way out of this predicament here.
Well, we're going to pick up Robert here because he's now starting to close that gap down to Finish Boy. Caution Sector 2 and 3 again.
Who could that be?
I can only imagine it's got to be Rosta.
Going so slow.
Hendrick. Those two are just having a really hard time getting grips with this track.
These guys, man, just pushing a little too hard early on here. Got the good out of those tires. Ooh, he goes wide, Rosta. Got the good of those tires early on, and no grip. And looks like, is that rain? That can't be rain.
I believe I'm starting to see a little spit of rain.
Oh, wait a minute here. 6-gun Johnny production.
So the great equalizer is showing its hand.
That's it. The equalizer, the neutralizer, and the purifier all at one time. Yeah. With the fast slow down.
It's going to be interesting. These guys can probably run another 2 laps at the rate the rain's falling, because it's actually starting to come down pretty quick.
There it is.
So they can probably run another 2 laps on dry tires.
So Rosta just moves over for a fly high, so it puts him down, lap down. But I'll tell you what, though, these guys know when they see rain to start pitting. So we should pick up.
Mangaro smells blood because he just picked up a big chunk of time. He's under 2 seconds back.
Anthony Johnson probably slowed down.
Anthony Johnson.
Yeah. Knowing that the rain, he probably hit a corner or got a little slippery somewhere, and on board down with Finish Boy. He's trying to close the gap to 11.779, but here comes Sick Panda. They're going to stay out.
Smells blood in the water, I'm telling
yeah,
you.
he does, man. Oh, my Lord. Oh, no. Oh. God, Chris, you don't have no rubber on those wheels, those tires, man. Don't push so hard in the rain, man. Slow down, Chris. Slow down.
At this point, this is where it becomes a game of chicken. Who's going to be the first one to pit and switch over to inters?
Another 3-second penalty.
Who's the guy that's going to stay out too long and cost himself dearly?
Oh, my God. All the way out to the wall. Just it's like being in a centrifuge.
Sector 2.
That's probably got to be one of the 3 guys down there at the bottom. But I want to see if Chris Mangaro makes a mistake or he has a stroke of extreme brilliance here. Fenorio is.
Meanwhile, Robert has actually caught the backside of.
Whoa!
Boy.
Oh, Mangaro almost crashing. Back end just all over the place. He's trying to lay the power down. It's getting bad. It's getting scary here. These two up here.
Look at this! Robert is all over the back of Finish Boy. Closes up a big chunk of time under braking there within half a second now.
What? Our world champion.
Who is going to pit first?
He's going to let him go. He's going to let him go. Nope.
Nope. He thought about it.
So two-time world champion. Mr. Levis Lampy here under attack by the McLaren. This is not. Oh, whoa! What a save by Robert! Holy moly! Did you see that, man? Oh my Lord! That'll fill up your diaper quick.
Smacks the left side of the car into the wall.
So
DRS has been disabled now. The rain is coming down pretty
hard,
heavily at this point.
Look at their tires. They've got a nice sheen on them already. I don't think Roberts should be trying to pass Finish Boy right now. He doesn't want to take.
And something has happened to Mangaro because he's lost a huge chunk of time. He's 10 seconds off the pace. Oh, and Roberts sliding the back end around.
I saw that.
Trying to find a way around Finish Boy.
He wants to get in the pits first. He can't do it. Oh, don't hit him. Oh, my God. Finn's just creeping around now. He's trying to take the wide line. Stays off the
18,
curbs.
19, 20, and 21.
And here comes Chris Mangaro entering the pits. Whoa.
Anthony Johnson's the first one to hit the pits. He's going to switch over to the intermediates.
There he goes. He's out. So
Mangaro
interest for
hits
Johnson.
The pits. Here comes Finish Boy. Here comes Robert. They're both going to hit the pits.
What's going to be tire choice for these guys? Is it going to continue raining? Is it just going to be light rain? Why intermediates? Why not full wets? Let's see what's going to happen. Who's going to choose what? I would probably go
Johnson looks like he's out on intermediates.
He is.
But look at this sick Panda. Looks like he might have had some wing damage. He's going to lose a spot here.
Hendrick on intermediates. Oh, Panda had to do a wing change. You're sure right. No, he's not going to lose that spot.
That's going to be very close. Finish Boy is right behind Mangaro, and right behind him is Robert. Oh, and look at this.
I think
Mangaro's got a problem.
Roasted the wall.
I don't think he switched over to intermediates. Mangaro's on soft tires.
Oh my God.
Tire strategy.
Oh my God, Chris. Can he get back in time? Rosa just hit the wall. So that was our localized second caution there. But let's watch Mangaro go around the track here, Chris.
Mangaro's going to blow the corner.
Whoa,
he didn't switch his tire strategy. He's on softs.
Oh,
he has blown his race.
What a rookie move.
The car's just sideways going down the backstretch.
Oh, a rookie move by a veteran driver. Sick Panda.
Oh, no, and Roberts smacked the wall. He's broken the right front end plate off of the wing.
Let's see that chasing Finn down right there. Oh, my God. So this could be interesting now because now Roberts going to have to pit again. Chris Mangaro's got to get new tires. What's going to happen here?
Mangaro and Robert both have to pit again. Finish Boy is out.
He's not going to hit the wall, I don't think. But he's not pushing as hard as he needs to. 20 seconds back off Fenorio. Fenorio just got a scalding lead, man. He is just gone.
Anthony Johnson played the cards right, pitted at the right time. He had a 10-second lead over Mangaro as he went into the pits. And Mangaro obviously made the wrong strategy call, didn't switch his tire strategy, came back out on softs. Finish Boy's going to be comfortably in second after all this because Robert Mangaro both going to have to pit. Mangaro can't even get the car going.
I'm watching him now. Yeah, he's just turning like an old lady in traffic. You know, don't slow down, Chris.
Struggling big time.
Slow down. Don't slide into
really,
the wall.
Donnie Stallbitz, if he could get a
podium
on these tires, he could definitely move up into third spot and be looking at a podium.
This would be his first podium. He had his first.
A little early to be calling that on lap 18.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
a good run for him.
Well, he's got some good runs before. He's actually taken the lead of a Formula One racer. Hendrick retired from session.
Hendrick.
Yeah, he just couldn't do it anymore. That's all right. You know, I made him do it.
Did he not do it, or did he put himself into the wall?
It was probably a combination of both. But Donnie's best finish actually took the lead in China, pushing Antel Rafael out of the way, four-time world champion, taking the lead. Nothing underhanded or low down, just good, strong racing. Got around him, had to lead for a few laps, got excited, and gave that up.
And
but
look at this. This is really interesting. Robert did not pit. He stayed out, even with that
broken wing. Well, they're going slow enough, so I guess he can control the car. He's probably on lean now. This is the time you can save that fuel that you need. Oh! Robert.
And now Mangaro is going to switch over to the intermediates. And
let's see if he does it.
He's going to pick up the fourth spot.
So Panda now on the enters. Quick change there, but forever down that pit road.
All the way down to fifth spot for him. Actually, he's going to be sixth now. Jeremy is just going by to pick up the fifth spot.
So now Panda, from almost having a chance to lead the race here, is the final car on the lead lap here. What do you think, Mr.
Jeremy Pope having a good strong run here up to fifth after starting at the rear end of the field because he missed qualifying.
I am glad for Jeremy. If he would have qualified well, he would have been battling up for a podium for sure. Come on, Panda. Oh,
I do want to keep an eye on Finish Boy's time because he gained 2 seconds on Anthony Johnson the last couple of laps.
I wonder if Anthony's pushing
harder.
And
watching Robert. Looks like Robert is struggling. Oh, maybe that was a little bit of an internet glitch.
Let's see what we got here. So Fenorio is definitely slowed down. I don't know if he's hit the wall or not, or he's just not pushing as hard as he needs to. 17 seconds is a nice gap here from Finish Boy. With the rain still coming down, they may see something a little bit heavier in the future here, but I wish we could be able to get the same information they are, because their crew chief is telling them how hard it's going to be raining here. So they know, based on the information the game is giving them, how long it's going to be raining, or if they expect more rain, or what the situation is going to be. But I don't know if intermediates would have been the choice for me. I might have come out of full wets and just kind of played the cards. And when they pitted again, I would have, just see if I could have maintained a position or two. But
I don't think it's wet enough for full wets.
No, not right now.
Tires.
By now they would have, yeah, for sure. But that's why I don't race Formula 1. That's why I just call it.
We're
man.
starting to get a little bit of a spray off of the F1 cars now, and Robert still stays out, even with that heavy wing damage. The whole right front end plate is gone on the front wing.
Can you believe that, though, man? I mean, oh, look at that big crash here. Rosta in the wall. He knocked the front end smooth off, but he hit the wall a ton. Slapped the wall one side, slapped the wall on the other side, and he's still rolling, but no front end. I saw that go sailing away.
Looks like Rosta, yeah, he's definitely got some wing damage. He's lost looks like the end plates on both sides of the wing.
Yeah, I saw that go.
Hasn't lost the whole wing yet, though.
No, and I'm glad I put damaged on reduced here for this particular event. Normally we run full damage, but we would have lost already about 5 or 6 guys, so we would have been calling a 2-man race here. But yeah, he's got a chance to recover and fight for that Bo Wilson spot right there. Both cars on the lap down, but Ryan Wingate not having the race he wanted. Won his first online race with us in the Lamborghini Super Trofeo Series at Laguna Seca just not too long ago. Finally, after a couple of years here, Rosta finally got scored a big win. Then followed up right afterwards in what was it? One of the endurance races that we had.
Caution in Sector 3 again.
I wonder if that's.
And I'm still watching Finish Boy here. He's now got that time. He's got the lead cut down to 15 seconds to Anthony Johnson.
And Donnie is coming too. Donnie is moving away from. Actually, Fly High's trying to catch Donnie, but Donnie's still 42 seconds back, but not too far off Robert. Less than 20 seconds. So, oh my Lord, yeah. It looks like the grip level is definitely going away now as the rain is continuing to fall. You said you see rooster tails, do ya? Let's see what we got here. Yep, there sure is.
A little bit of spray off of the cars and their rooster tails.
Yeah, definitely some spray coming off there. So it is building up, and a little bit here. It's probably going to be too wet for intermediates. And the track temperature is way down now. So, I mean, even a guy like Finn, who's normally on time and on cue, is, look at that back end sliding around. They may be considering another pit stop here. I don't know what your strategy would be, but I would definitely be considering it, sliding around the way you are. Eventually, they're going to have to come in, but you never know. You could be bold. I guess he who's boldest will win this race. Fenorio so far standing tall, but 15 seconds gap now from a 20-second gap a minute ago. So Anthony Johnson definitely slowing down, taking it easy.
Looks like Robert finally decided to pit and switch that front wing out, maybe put a new set of inters on.
Let's see what you got here. He's on full wets. He's on full wets. And he's sliding around coming out of the pits there like nobody's business. So let's see how long it takes for these full wets to come in, if they do at all. But Robert CCS rolling the dice big time. He's going to try to crap out here, or snake eyes. But Bro Wilson, who's that? Bro Wilson beating on somebody's back bumper there. Let's see if I can find that.
I think that's Bro Wilson.
On Sick Panda. So getting lapped by Panda, I guess I would say maybe not.
Yeah,
or trying to get his lap back. He may be trying to get his lap back. Because Panda just came out of the pits not too long ago, and Bro Wilson's been out. So he's on hot tires, and Panda is not. So let's see what Bro Wilson can do here against the original Bottle Rocket without a stick.
Robert with a big slide in that corner.
Bro Wilson's locking him up too.
Doesn't look like the full wets have come in yet.
No,
I don't think it's wet enough for full wet.
I don't either, not yet.
Another big slide.
What you didn't see during that pit stop was Robert.
So Robert trying to do his best Ken Block impression right now.
No way, dude. This can't be good for Robert here. Take it easy, buddy. Take it easy. This is those back tires, man. Just spinning around, man, like a top.
I mean, it's a big gamble. I mean, if the rain gets a little bit heavier, then he would look like an absolute genius because everybody would have to pit for full wets.
Oh,
but
my God.
Chances are this was a bad strategy.
I think so.
Kind of befallen of what Chris Mangaro did. Unfortunately, he didn't change his tire strategy, and I think Robert pulled the trigger a little too early on this one. Intermediates would definitely. But the way he goes, he smacks the wall with the left rear.
Well, he knocked off the wing.
Rear.
He had to come in. He knocked off the wing. He might as well have just done it. I mean, why stop again? I see the logic in it, but again, like you said, it might be just a little bit too early for the full wets. But he's going to stay out again.
It looks like Jeremy Pope is in the pits. Is Jeremy Pope going to switch over to full wets?
Oh no, he's trying to come in.
Switch over to full wets.
He's trying to come in. Well, I thought he was trying to come in, or he was out of control. Robert looked like he was going to go in the pits there and dive in for the last second, but he scooted back off into the track and kept going. So I don't know if that was just a slide or
Jeremy Pope pits and swaps over to the full wets. It'd be interesting to see if he has any better luck with him than Robert has.
Well, now Jeremy's Jeremy does a lot of wet weather driving with us, so he's got a better understanding as far as the rain racing, because project cars, they make it rain all the time, but he's done a lot of rain racing with us, and so yeah, I'm interested to see that as well, because I believe on Gran Turismo Sport there is no weather, is there?
Unfortunately, not yet. There is no weather.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any sense, as he has a big slide coming out of turn 5.
Man, he came around hotter than I'll tell you what, a habanero, because he's got that red car sideways there on the brakes. Let's see if he
big rock up in the left front.
You got to adjust that brake bias, sir. You want to turn that back just a little bit.
Yeah, Gran Turismo has no dynamic weather. There is no wet weather, but for whatever reason, you have the ability to put wet tires on your car.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know about that.
And Finish Boy now has the gap down to under 15 seconds. Now 14.
Look at the rain.
Look at the Johnson.
The rain is coming out even harder now. Well, they did know what to do. I guess
Robert here. Looks like Robert's still struggling a little bit with grip, but it's hard to tell at this point if this was a good call or not. I think you're right about Jeremy. Jeremy seems to have a better understanding of the tires. Looks like he's able to control the car a little bit better.
Roast
retired from this session.
Yeah, he couldn't take it anymore.
He's probably going off somewhere.
I'm sure he has. Well, we'll see if we can get Ryan up in the booth here for a quick chat. Let's see if I can bring him up here.
And now 14-1 for Finish Boy. So he's closing that gap slowly but surely to Anthony Johnson. Now under 14 seconds. It's definitely going to turn into a battle if the weather conditions stay the way that they are. It'll be a Russian roulette to see who's going to play the tire strategy game. Who's going to pull the trigger first?
Finish Boy has got to be the premier wet weather driver as far as Formula One. He's done more probably wet weather races than anybody. Fenorio, again, races with me a lot now in my league, and we do a lot of wet weather racing as well. So he's got some experience as well.
The rain is definitely picked up.
I'm telling you,
intensity.
I'm telling you, man, this is gonna be rough here at Singapore. I wonder how long Finn's gonna try to stay out on that.
Starting to get some spray off of the cars now. Pick up Jeremy Pope as he comes out of turn 5 down the back straightaway.
Oh. Those full wets are really kicking the water. Woohoo!
These are the two cars that are on the full wets.
Yeah, they're definitely kicking the water up as those tires dissipate that water through the grooves of the surface of the tarmac there. But Jeremy knows how to run these cars. He's running a little bit offline there. He doesn't want to be put rubber on rubber, especially in the wet. He wants to run a little bit offline there, so that water can work its way out of the grooves there.
And I pick up Robert, and it actually looks like Robert, you can tell the rain is now falling a little bit heavier because Robert actually has a little bit better control of his car at this point because of how wet the track is getting. So the full wets are finally starting to come in.
Yes.
Looks like Robert might have pitted maybe a lap or two too early in order to make it work, but he is catching the backside of Bro Wilson.
This could be a strong podium for Robert.
Lap down.
This could be a strong podium for Robert if he gets his act together here. I mean, he's got to pull off a couple of genius strokes here, but if he stays out and and gets around some of these cars here. Look at Fenorio almost hitting the wall here. Anything can happen. Fenorio could knock his wheel off. I mean, anything can happen here. Robert is definitely going to be a guy to watch here as the laps. We get to about halfway here shortly. But Fenorio on board with Anthony Johnson. He's going to come in. I'm sure he has to. He's got to be thinking about it anyway. The gap's now down to 13 seconds. He had a commanding lead when he came out of the pits. Now, not so much. It's going to be the last sector here. Heading toward pit road entrance. Will he turn in? I would say probably a good chance that he will, if he's smart anyway.
Jeremy is going by. He blew the first corner, but it looks like Robert's pitting again.
He's not going to pit. Oh, Fenorio's going to roll the dice and stay out a couple more laps, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if this is a good idea.
So look at this. Robert has now pitted, and he's got a 5-second stop and go penalty for crossing pit lane. He pits and switches back to the intermediate.
What? Oh, no.
Robert is
maybe they're working.
Not playing.
No, I can't understand
not
that.
The game.
No, I don't think he's not in the same game we are. Maybe it's not raining so hard in Venezuela, but it's raining hard here in Singapore. What's going to happen here, man? Why did you do that, Robert? That wasn't very smart, but well, let's see what happens.
I think Robert is just really struggling with trying to find
where it's at.
Grip with any of the tires.
Bro Wilson! I'm sorry. I turned to Bro Wilson. He was up out there at the wall. He slid right into it. Slid about 100 yards into the wall. Stopped it right before. Oh my God!
That is the same corner that Bro Wilson blew earlier in the race.
I remember that.
With Jeremy Pope for position.
Oh my Lord! So Jeremy's still on full wets, just cruising around. A little bit of slide there, but whoa! Oh my God! Wow.
Tried getting the power down way too early and just couldn't get the tires to grip.
That fourth gear was just rolling. Easy, Jeremy. Easy, buddy. There you go. You want to come through those gears a little bit higher. It's like driving a 10-speed. You want to start off at 10th gear. Oh, that's it. Oh, he knocked his wheel off.
Jeremy Pope. No.
Oh, my God.
Takes the left side of the car into the wall.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Popester done. And the Ferrari.
And there goes Robert.
Bye.
Robert on his intermediates.
Oh my God! Let's get him up here in the booth. Let's talk to Fly High 876. Hold on a second here. Let me get these guys up here. He left the session, folded up like wet cardboard, and c'est la vie for Jeremy Pope. Wow, Lance, I'll tell you what, man. Of Jeremy's crash, yeah, definitely. So they're trying to get that Ferrari cleared and get Jeremy in the booth here. I couldn't find him; he is off the grid completely. I did invite Rosta236, and we'll get an assessment of the track conditions here shortly. But thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks to Johnny, and of course, Mr. Kamikaze Fox here, broadcasting live right here from the Fortune of Speed with the Ministry of Speed. Here he is right here, talking to Rosta236. The Williams, not your normal car tonight, and of course. Singapore, one of the hardest tracks in the F1 series. Tell me, brother, was it as hard as it looked?
Yes, absolutely, without a doubt.
What kind of
didn't have any setup, so that's yeah. The Williams actually didn't look bad as far as the driving view. I kind of, I was a little bit worried about that, but the view, everything was good. It's just the setup was really not there.
Yeah,
I was kind of hoping that rain was going to be a little bit better, but I ended up with a call as soon as the heavier rain came. But,
wow.
I just couldn't get everything around the track very well anyway. I was kind of hoping to finish just to get a couple finishing points, but yeah.
Guys, go to work. All right. Well, we just was wondering.
I'm gonna leave everything up, so I'll still be able to catch everything and stay in the room and watch the race. But
awesome, man. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing. I was definitely, I don't know. I put in some hours in Singapore this week, so
for sure.
A pretty good show, but duty calls and
hey,
got me today.
Go do your thing, man. It's gonna be Easter Sunday, and just take it easy tomorrow, man. We'll see you tomorrow night sometime. We'll have a chat then. But thanks a lot for coming by. Really appreciate you, man.
Well, definitely. I want to thank the ministry and of course Prada de Estrada. As always.
There you go.
Thanks, guys.
Man. Be safe. All right. Rosta236. Taking it to work. He's a locksmith, so he's on 24-hour call in the Boise area. So on board now with Sick Panda, and I tell you what, this guy on the intermediates is just it's like riding on a rickety roller coaster. It really is. Just
interestingly enough, as we've been discussing back and forth, when was the right time to switch the tires? Lewis Marshall has told me that he says it's still too early for full wets. He would stay out on the intermediates. So. Some of these guys looks like they might have it right. Robert unfortunately struggled big time trying to figure that out. He's been done pitted more times than anybody else throughout this race. Got a little bit of a gift when Fly High when Jeremy Pope wrecked his Ferrari. So
I'm talking to Jeremy right now. He just messaged me on the F1 Ministers on the F1 Ministers chat page. Donnie Staubitz with a moment there. I'm trying to get him to come up to the chat here. So we might you might be able to get to interview your man here. See what he has to say about his little accident there. He said he slid into the wall, and I told him we saw that. So come on up, give us a chat here. So Donnie Staubitz about filled up his diaper as well.
Meanwhile, Chris McGarrett has actually been closing that gap down to Donnie Staubitz.
I see that, 2 seconds.
A little bit of a battle for third here, but McGarrett runs very, very wide the last couple corners there.
Crossing the stripe now, doesn't pick up any time. He's not trying to pick up time. I don't think it's not about seconds anymore. It's about getting that position away from Donnie Staubitz, the Staubinator.
McGarrett trying to get that power down. He's only 2 to 3.5 seconds back now.
I'm on board with him. Now he goes way out there. Whoa, man.
Bangs the wall again.
Man, it's like, dancing with a fat girl. I don't know how he knows that, but he swings you way out there and, to the edge of the track on the brakes and around. I like this. Actually, this section is pretty fun here. Whoa. Then he goes another.
Even on reduced damage, I'm surprised as many times as he's hit the wall tonight that he hasn't had a broken suspension.
And you saw Jeremy didn't hit that wall very hard.
It's unfortunate because you take a guy like McGarrett who's been hitting the wall all night and nothing has happened, and then you have Coke who pancakes the left side of the wall
and it's over.
Dunzo.
He kind of hit it at an odd angle as well, Jeremy. A little bit toward the back end there, kind of off camera, but yeah, you're right about that. Oh, what a save by! Oh my God! Woo!
McGarrett's really trying hard to close that gap to Staubitz.
This is when he gets excited.
It's so hard when you're playing this game in a condition like this that when you get close to somebody, you almost want to pick up that extra pace just a little bit to get to him and get by him. And it's so easy to make a mistake.
That's right. He gets excited. He starts pushing.
McGarrett has raced so many laps at the same pace. He's managed to caught Staubitz. There's no sense in trying to push the car. You're not even halfway through this race. You've got time to make that pass.
Exactly. I agree completely, 100%. Keep your same pace. You eventually pass Donnie. Donnie's gonna have to pit. Donnie's not gonna push his car. Actually, Donnie used to do some semi-professional racing, so he definitely knows what he's doing. He's fourth in the Craftsman Truck Series for in iRacing in the world standings. So Donnie Staubitz definitely knows how to get around the track. He comes to the ministry to do a lot of wet weather racing. He takes that skill back to iRacing, which is another platform that offers nothing in the way of wet weather. Donnie's definitely picked up his game substantially for the iRacing. I watch him sometimes on some of the streams. This guy is just, he's got the skills now, man. I mean, he's sharpened his edge to a fine point. I saw that.
He's now 1.2 seconds behind Donnie Staubitz. He's within striking distance. If Staubitz makes a little bit of a mistake, McGarrett's easily going to be able to pick up this position.
I'm telling you, he's like a pit bull, man. He's one focus. That's it. He sees Donnie as a piece of meat or a bone. He's going to try to get it no matter what the cost is. Look at that gap. It's just close. Oh my Lord! I thought that was going to be it for him. Oh my God!
Smacks that wall again. He's playing a very dangerous game
tonight.
Yes,
he is. He is rolling the dice with that Mercedes. Donnie's just trying to make sure that he doesn't.
Donnie was very wide coming out of there, almost back the left side wall.
Oh, there's the move right there. Donnie was looking in the mirror and
gonna try a crossover move. Can he get the power down?
Cannot.
Not yet.
Donnie's Mr. Smooth Hand right here. He's gonna outgun him here. Remember, no DRS. So I wouldn't even try full rich here. I'd have myself on lean at this moment.
Realistically, if Donnie plays his cards right, the way McGarrett is driving right now,
yeah, for sure,
Donnie could hold his line and McGarrett could easily make a mistake.
He's trying to force him to do that.
Donnie wouldn't have to worry about him anymore.
Yeah, Chris is his own worst enemy most of the time. Oh.
What McGarrett needs to do right now, he needs to maintain that gap and wait until he gets around to turn 5 and make a pass going down that straightaway. He just needs to maintain his gap.
Donnie's hoping he doesn't figure that out. But Donnie right there carries a little bit of some speed through there, so he's pulling away just a tad. Oh, my Lord.
A big slide there by McGarrett.
Holy moly, man. Another great save by Chris. Sick Panda putting on a show tonight as far as saves and wall slaps. So, we'll give
all
him
that time he gained, though, he just lost.
I sure did. Donnie just smooth and easy. He just drives away. He's talking about smooth and easy.
That's exactly what I was talking about. That's all Donnie had to do was just maintain his line and let McGarrett make the mistake. Donnie's going to get all that time back.
Donnie's probably listening to our stream. Some of these drivers do that just to see where get some kind of information. So he may have listened to that and made that adjustment as well. Just said, let me just take it easy. They're right. Hopefully that's not the case. I hope they're just driving. But here comes British boy, still talking about slow and easy, 13.514 is the gap still between him and Fenorio. He hasn't closed that gap, nor has that gap widened. 13 seconds is where he's at. I wonder if Fenorio's got any penalties. Can we check the race director here?
I've been trying to keep track, and I do not believe that Johnson has any penalties.
Okay.
Still riding on board with Mangaro as he's trying to get back to the backside of Stallbitz. It looks like Roberts picked up another penalty, though. That was going to be Roberts' first 3-second time penalty, plus he has the 5-second stop and go.
Did he do
the pit exit?
Didn't they serve that to him when he came in this last time? Did they make him? Didn't they make you hold there for 5 seconds?
I imagine that they probably did.
Yeah, I would think so too. So that should already be off the table, but the 3-second penalty is not. That's going to be added to his time.
So as it stands, what I have is Bro Wilson has 1. Donnie Stallbitz has a 3-second time penalty.
I think that's 2.
Got 2 3-second time penalties.
Oh, and he almost crashes.
The right front on the wall.
Oh, I'm watching him now. Donnie's
he
just
did a little bit of wing damage that time.
Yeah, Donnie's just cruising. He's not even looking in his mirror. He's not even trying to look back. But Chris is just pushing way too hard and hit the wall a ton right there. I'm watching Donnie's external view here. He's got that car dialed in. He's probably as happy as could be right now. Currently in P3, leading, should I say, standing on the podium here at Singapore. Completely unexpected. His earlier message, or his last message to me on the messenger was, I hope I survive. And survive, he's doing pretty well. So far, so good. Whoa, little moment there. 29 laps of 61 down. Yeah, awesome stuff here tonight. Singapore hasn't failed to provide some sort of entertainment lap per lap. Beautiful shot here.
One thing I'll say about Singapore, and one thing that I have noticed with some of the other leagues that I do, that the car count isn't always there. Like, this is a good example. Tonight's car count isn't there.
Right.
And it wasn't there last year for SRO when we did Singapore. We only had 10 cars for Singapore.
Well,
but the track itself makes for some really good racing. We're
sure
watching
does.
Mangaro again for the 3rd time try and get to the backside of Stallbitz.
That same corner there.
Donnie is doing exactly what Donnie needs to do. He needs to
That's
run
right.
his race, let Mangaro make the mistake.
That's it. Kill
Donnie
himself.
is running a class race right now.
Good job. Chris is just pushing way too hard. His front end, he comes up on Donnie, and he's going to spin his back tires. Well, he laid some power down right there, but Donnie's just like you said, just cruising easy, man. Sunday drive for Donnie Stallbitz. Don's Auto Body in the Buffalo, New York area. Stop by, say hi to Donnie. He's there all the time. That's his shop, and yeah, awesome stuff for Mr. Stallbitz here. I don't know if you want to go see Chris Mangaro. Back alleys of East LA. That's where you'll find Chris. Part-time pimp, part-time F1 driver. Oh, it's a one again. Chris about to beat that car next week. He hasn't knocked the pretty off it yet, but he sure did knock the that wheel again. Like you said, how many more hits can that right front take?
That car has taken more hits tonight than a Mike Tyson opponent.
Woo! Watch out now. Watch out now. Mercedes be liking this stream. Built Mercedes tough. You can sling some Mercedes ads for here. But Renault holding off that Benzo. That's how it should be in real life.
Unfortunately, real life Renault hasn't been able to
see something like
get
that.
their act together. They're a far cry from what they were back in 2005.
You think with Ricardo they're going to do something?
Prior to that.
You think Ricardo's going to help them do something? Honestly.
I think Ricardo made a bad move leaving
Me too.
Red Bull. I really do.
Me too.
I really do.
Me too. But you know what?
I don't think Red Bull made a very good move moving Peter Gasly up to the main team.
I would have put Verstappen in there, and I would have tried to get Ricardo back. But that's why he left, because Verstappen is just too big of a personality. I mean, let's be honest. Verstappen's. I buy a Verstappen shirt before I buy a Ricardo shirt.
Verstappen is exactly what F1 needs right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. That,
absolutely.
Has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. He knows he's good. He knows he's fast. He knows he can be in a better car. Unfortunately, I'm not a Lewis Hamilton fan, but
me neither, at all.
Doesn't
deserve to be there.
Lewis is out to brand himself.
That's it. Thank you.
As
I like you, Lance.
More than an F1 driver.
I like you, Lance. I like that.
I like Max's attitude. He's got. To me, he's got a little bit of heart and sun in him.
I love it.
If he sees a gap, he's going to go for it. He's a race car driver.
He's a gamer too. He's a gamer first of all.
Man.
He's a gamer first of all. Chris Mangaro making a move with Donnie Stallbitz. Donnie looking back in the mirror now, under attack as Mangaro right there. Shot after shot, lap after lap. Chris is just chewing on that back end of that Renault. Get that gearbox right up to the gearbox and then falls back a little bit. But this time he had a good opportunity and almost got it. Oh,
it bangs the wall
bangs
again.
the wall again. Man, I'll tell you what, Chris, man. You about to give this up here, man.
He's got a 4-leaf clover and a horseshoe up his butt tonight
way
because that
up
car
there.
should be done.
Way up there. I mean, we're talking growing up there. I mean, embedded for life.
Working the golden horseshoe.
Oh, Donnie Thomas with a 3-second penalty. Looking in the mirror, probably overdrove a corner there. Look, 4 wheels off. Is he going to try to let Chris go? Something's happening there. I wonder if Donnie hit the wall.
That's going to give them both a 3-second time penalty. Well, that gives them 2 3-second time penalties apiece. So even if the race ended now, they would still finish in the same position. So Donnie just needs to concentrate on his race and his lines.
Stop looking back, Donnie. Just keep looking forward and drive because Sick Panels just filling up his mirrors left and right. Donnie doesn't know which. Woo, again,
Garrett looked like he was going to try and make a move.
I thought he would.
A little bit of the racing line still there.
Very little, yeah, but that's why they're on the intermediates. I guess that's why they're working. If you get off that line with those intermediates, I don't think that's going to be too good there, but you're sure right. There is a little bit of gray there. Looking down.
And our resident driving expert, Lewis Marshall, has stated that Mangaro, looks like Mangaro might be running a dry setup, which is why he's struggling so bad with understeer in the wet.
That's possible.
And that would be why he's sliding around a lot. So some of these guys may have nailed the setup as far as the wet goes. And here goes Mangaro to the outside.
I saw that. He's trying to take a look.
Not close enough to make a move yet.
Don't hit Donnie! Oh, look at that! Donnie takes him out there, but Miguel corrects before he gets there. He tries to go on the inside. He almost got that. Oh, he hits Donnie from behind! Oh, what happened? What happened? Oh, boy. So he looks... Oh, my God. This is tight.
Donnie's definitely feeling the pressure now. Mangaro all over the gearbox.
Not here, Chris.
They had that in 18, 19, 20, 21. It's a tough spot to make a pass.
That's what I said. Not here, Chris. Don't do it here. Just wait, relax. Wait till you got to be right on him when you come out of this final corner here down the front straightaway. You might be able to affect the pass there. DRS is still closed, remember. So, come on, somebody hold him off, Donnie. Here he comes.
Mangaro runs a little wide.
Yeah, he lost
Donnie
a little bit of time.
A much tighter line through those last 2 corners.
But look at Chris. You know Chris is going to try it. Look, Chris is going to just try it anyway. Oh, my God!
They both go in the corner.
Woo! Donnie looking back. Chris on the gas too hard. Oh, my God. Donnie didn't know what he was going to do. He's scared of Chris back there, man. Oh, my Lord. Holy moly, that was some great great racing there. Oh, Donnie hit the wall looking back.
Big time, he's done.
Oh!
Donnie Thomas is done.
All over, man. Oh, my God. He's still rolling, but... Oh. What happened? Donnie, looking in the mirror there, just overdrove the car.
The left front wing is gone.
Beer cans raining down on the Staubitz machine as his fan base here already getting up and walking out. Donnie Staubitz killing the car. Sasquatch Motorsports #2 driver taking it to the house here. Creeping around the corner here. So
Mangaro manages to finally make the pass.
So it was the other way around.
But he is over a minute behind Finish Boy for the second spot.
Oh my God! So it was the other way around. Instead of Donnie waiting for Chris to make a mistake, it was Donnie who made the mistake first. So, wow. You got to hate that for Donnie Staubitz, man. Donnie, as a matter of fact, let's get Donnie up here. Well, he's not out of the race yet, is he? No, he is not out of his car yet.
Not out of the race. The car's still rolling. It looked like it was done for a second, but it looked like it just broke the front wing off.
He's got to get some points for Sasquatch, man. You know, I don't know.
So Staubitz is still in it, but that was a perfect example. All Donnie had to do was run the race. And honestly, with the way Mangaro has been driving this race, Donnie probably could have even gambled and let Mangaro go, and there was probably a good chance Mangaro would wreck later in the race.
I would think so. I would think so. Not that he's got free reign to go, and he's going to try to push to catch up with Fenorio or Finish Boy. I would have that would have been some good logical thinking there. So, yeah, Donnie's he's struggling now. He's running the wall, hitting every corner there. Let's see if he brings it to the house here. He should come in and pit this time by with big, heavy wing damage. He killed that car.
So on board with Mangaro, and I'm trying to get an idea of how bad it's raining, if it's starting to let up at all. But Mangaro picks up another 3-second time penalty.
I was about to say, what tire choice would you go right now if you were Staubitz? Donnie's coming in the pits. He's slowing down. He has
I would stick with the intermediates for
now. I would too. That dry line was still out there. Let's see if Donnie does that. He's bingo fuel too. He's got the yellow fuel light on, so he's got to save some fuel at this time. They're not running on lean. What they need to be doing is running on lean right now in the wet. They're making too much power. spinning those back tires and slapping the wall. Donnie with a new nose change, the whole works here. He's out. Long, lengthy stop here for the Staubinator as he creeps out of pit road.
Staubitz is leaving on dry tires.
He's going to roll the dice. He is going to roll the dice. I wonder if he did that on purpose or that was an accident. We'll find out.
That is hard to say because it looks like he's on the hypers.
Yeah.
I thought I saw that switch when they were in the when he was in the pits, but sometimes it glitches a little bit with the sidewalls of these tires. So switch over to the tire info, and he is on hypers.
Yeah, he's definitely on hypers. Well, there's a line there. There's a dry line. But whoa!
Oh, look at this! Finish boy's right behind him. Has to take evasive.
Oh my God! And he's putting Donnie a lap down. So now these two have effectively lapped the entire field all the way up to Donnie Staubitz. Next one is going to be Sick Panda, but these guys are moving, man. Fenorio and Sick Panda are. I'm sorry, Finish Boy.
Stopped. So.
Yeah, this could be a good call for Donnie. Here. He could pull a Robert off here, but what if he goes in and pits on intermediate?
It's funny. Lewis Marshall says it's way too early for slicks. So Lewis has been pretty dead on about everything so far. So Staubitz, we might want to keep an eye on. It looks like he's probably going to struggle for at least a lap or two.
I'm watching him now.
Grip.
There's another wall snapper! Oh my God! Good call there, Lewis. Good call.
Lewis is all over it tonight. I tell you what.
You want to be part of the team? We can use others. Good job there, man. Donnie Staubitz, did he kill the car? No, he's just slowing down a little bit more than he needs to. Yeah.
He's still rolling, but just because it stopped raining doesn't mean the track's dry. So
no.
Singapore usually dries out relatively quick, but he's definitely gonna struggle for the next lap or two.
So Sick Panda's in the pits now. Sick Panda putting on hypers as well. So they're changing over now. So, boy, this could be interesting. Sick Panda still in P3.
Sector 2 and 3.
Oh, that's Robert. It's Robert in the wall. He's coming out now. He's still rolling, but he is spinning that thing around. He's got to get off those inners now.
Everybody now is starting to have issues, whether it be with the intermediates or with the slicks.
They just fell off.
Anthony Johnson he's going to switch over to looks like the hypers as well.
He's out. Key stop for Anthony Johnson. Where's Finish Boy? New leader. Finish Boy.
He's going to come across the line. He's not going to pit.
He's going to roll. He's going to roll the dice here. Can he stay out and pick up enough time with those intermediates? He wants to come out in front of Fenorio. Let's find out. Oh, look at that!
Finish Boy's going to stay out.
He's sliding all over the place now. Watching him now.
It looks like Anthony Johnson's on the ultras, not the hypers.
Okay.
And here comes. Is this Staubitz?
Donnie Staubitz going to be the only Renault out there.
Staubitz is effectively a lap down.
Right. All right, gotta put you back in there. All right, so still on board with Finish Boy.
We're going to want to watch the gap from Finish Boy to Anthony Johnson.
14.285.
21, 22 seconds.
So he's going to be close.
Pull that much of a gap out.
No, he's got to pull at least a 6 to 8 second gap. I don't think he's going to do that either. But that closes the gap that he had between him and Fenorio prior to this when Finish Boy was in second spot. So with a little more than halfway done, DRS enabled. Yeah, this is going to be anybody's gamble. Robert left the session. Robert is out, folded up like wet cardboard, and has left the session. Struggling in the back there.
That's a shame.
Yeah, sure was.
And his car has gone AI, so he will be effectively done for the day.
Yeah, he's done.
That's good news for brother Bro Wilson. He'll move into the 5th spot.
Some big points there for for Bro Wilson. Oh my God. Well, happy Easter, everybody. Normally we run a full field.
Lap 35 of 61. It doesn't look like Anthony Johnson's really gained a whole lot of time on
13.7 13.7 has been the gap. I've been watching it 13.5, so not much more. So here comes Finn. He's in. Yes, he is. All right, now let's see if
Boy is going to take it.
Coming clean and get out fast. Let's see. No change, nothing there. So game has control. Go and find a motorsports world champion.
He's going to be able to take this lead back.
So here we go. He's going to Ultra Softs. He's out. Quick stop for Finn. And where comes Johnson? Here he comes. Oh, he's already gone by. Okay, there he goes. So Mr. Levis Snappy, a two-time reigning world champion, now back into P2. 5.769 is the gap. It's going to get a little wider than that before he gets up to speed. He's out.
And there goes Anthony Johnson. He's all the way down on this turn 4 now.
12.721 is the gap now.
Comes out of turn 5. He's on the back stretch.
Back up to 15
gap's
seconds.
Going to be about the same as it was before this whole thing unwound for everybody.
So Finn didn't even gain anything by staying out one lap more.
Caution in sector 2.
Who could that be? So it was probably Bro Wilson slowing down and letting Sick Panda go by. So yeah, that's it. So Bro's looking pretty sharp here. He's still in the fight. Should I say P5? So Robert out, down to 5 cars now. Singapore eating them up and chewing them out, spitting them out. Tell you what, man. The first night I came out on this track a couple weeks ago, yeah, it's difficult. It's just taking me a little while to learn the track. But yeah, Bo Wilson and these guys, they do a lot of Gran Turismo, and so coming back and forth and learning these tracks, it's a struggle, man. I mean, you got to apply yourself 100% when you do F1. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know, it's a thinking man's game for sure.
Yeah, I've tried doing a few F2 races this year in IRL, and none of them have turned out very well. I DNF'd all 5 of them that I started. It's a completely different animal when I do Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo, I'm at least semi-competitive, especially in the Group 4 cars versus the Group 3s and the Group 1s. So some guys have it for open wheel, some guys don't, and I am definitely not one of them for open wheel. I love watching Formula 1 and IndyCar in real life, but it's a different animal trying to race them.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Part of my disadvantage is that I'm an old school pad driver. I use X as my go button, square.
Oh
brake,
no.
You know, triggers are gear up and gear down, so it's hard for me to modulate the throttle. And in F1, if you're running full traction control, you're slow. And
right.
If you can't modulate the throttle in wet conditions like we just saw, you're doing donuts.
So you don't have a wheel?
No, I do not have a wheel, unfortunately. I've lost connection with Johnny.
Me? I'm here. Can you hear me?
Now I can. Did you walk too far away?
No. I think I had it. I don't know if this mute button's acting up on me or not, but I was going to say, speaking of wheels, D-Box, Ken D-Box, friend of mine, we just met on Facebook. Actually, Hendrick, 88, introduced us together. And so Ken has family here in San Antonio. We did hook up. I mean, you know what a D-Box is, right? Full motion simulator. One of probably the premier motion simulator in the world. Some of these things go up to $100,000. And so Ken and I have been contemplating and plotting and scheming on taking over the world in the simulation way. And so he should be back here, I would say a couple of months. He took his mom back home to Singapore, where he lives, here in Singapore. And so he'll be back here shortly. But yeah, we're definitely on par for a D-Box. He's already told me he would maybe have a chassis. Now we just got to get the actuators, which are $6,000 a piece. So it's like buying 6 cars all at one time. I just told him, kid, I just don't have that kind of cheese, man. He started laughing. So we'll see what happens in the next couple of months here. But yeah, definitely need a wheel. It's a lot of fun, like I was telling you earlier, man. I'm a big proponent for a Thrustmaster, but I'm sure everybody has their differences or their choices. But I've never had a D-Box, and sure looking forward to that experience.
Sounds interesting.
Sure is.
Race here that looks like the times are starting to drop. Finish Boy just at the fastest lap, followed by well, actually, Anthony Johnson's at the fastest lap, followed by Finish Boy going even faster.
Fuel loads are getting lighter. Yeah, fuel loads are getting lighter, so these cars are getting lighter, and you know, they got the ultra stops on now, and Anthony Johnson's pushing hard now. He's trying to open that gap a little bit more. I hope he doesn't make a mistake early on here in his stint after pitting.
Well, that and after the rain too, the rubber's going to start to get laid back down on the racing line, so that's going to give it a little bit more grip.
I think so.
And Lewis Marshall stated earlier that on a lot of the street courses, Monaco, Singapore, the track actually gets a little bit faster the longer the race goes on.
The lines are limited, so the line is just, I mean, there's only one line. So, you know, you don't have any moving around. You have to take that line. The rubber's going to get laid down no matter what. Oh, boy, he's catching up Robert's ghost car here. I think it should go right through it, right? Yeah, okay. Whew.
Good thing you had the ghosting on.
Well, I normally don't, but, you know, we race in these public rooms sometimes, and some of these guys are just not so good. Oh, Anthony Johnson all the way up to the wall. Almost tagged the wall. Slow down there, sonny boy. Don't get 4 off and get a penalty. There it is. Fenoya with a fast lap at 141.434. The time traveler in the centrifuge of Singapore, trying to pick up some speed here and take this thing to victory lane. So far has led almost every lap except while in the pits, but his nemesis Finish Boy right there, 14 seconds back. Well, it's not really right there, but He's within the neighborhood. You know, he's in striking distance, I guess. He needs to go.
14 and a half seconds. A little bit of a mistake.
I think
it
so.
definitely cost him. But Anthony Johnson, so far, all the struggles that he had throughout the week with understeer
Gone.
and qualifying, none
Gone.
of that seems to have been an issue during the actual race itself.
I think he puts out a little disinformation there.
He qualified well.
You know, I think he puts out some disinformation. Drives a little bad there, so he thinks people think he's struggling and stuff, and then come race day, he pulls out all the aces and stuff, and shows what he's got. But
I thought it was odd and a little interesting throughout the week when you were watching practice that he was doing a lot of practice with the soft tires versus the hypers and the ultras. So you're actually, the harder compounds, you're going to get a little bit more of an understeer issue.
Right. So if he can get around those tires, he knows he can get around these tires.
Exactly. And what's funny about that, and I know I've been saying his name a lot tonight, but Jeremy Pope actually does the same thing in Gran Turismo for the Group 3 season. He would actually practice on medium tires, and then come race time, he would run super softs, and he would just crush the field.
Well, that's
like you said. If you can get around on the harder compound,
right,
you're definitely going to be able to get around on the softer compound.
Well, that's based on the rain racing that we do. I tell these guys this. I said, if you can drive around a track that's off, you're off balance, you're sliding around. If you can work that car around the track, and be effective, but you don't have to win. Just understand how the physics of the car working. When it's dry and you got sunshine and sticky tires, you're going to be a monster, man. You're going to dominate. And sure enough, that's what they've been applying that, and that's what's happening. I'm not sure if that's what Jeremy's based his on, but it's pretty much fundamentally the same thing. You want to train with a heavy bag, so when you come fight day or race day, you're lean, mean, and you're ready to go. Watching Fenoyo here, man, he's got some great pace now. He's got that car turned in, dialed up, and he's putting the spurs to her. Woo! Spinning the tires there. Yeah, he's definitely feeling it now.
Anthony Johnson's definitely starting to gap Finish Boy. That's almost 15 seconds out now.
Yep.
Finish Boy's running a solid second, but he's not able to gain any more time on Anthony Johnson, unfortunately. None. And Chris Magaro, for all of his faults throughout this race, has somehow managed to get this car into third as he smacks the wall again.
Can you believe that? Can you believe that, though? I mean, Chris, the planets are aligned with him. The universe is all aligned with Chris here, man. I mean, this guy, he can't make a mistake tonight. I mean, obviously, he's hit the wall. He's done all kinds of things.
I feel like Magaro's not driving a Mercedes Formula 1 car. He's driving a Mercedes car to advantage.
That's right. Or a Mercedes tank. But he certainly has beat the Purdy off that car several times before. Tonight, he's just been so lucky. We'll see if he can continue on and stand on that podium. That'd be a great point stat for him. I'm looking forward to it, man. I invited Chris just a little while ago, not right before the race. I said, hey, you want to come race? And he said, yeah, I'll come. So,
Donnie Stahl was running at this point, which would be a very disappointing fourth place. He had that great battle with Magaro earlier in the race in the web with the intermediates, but unfortunately he had that crash at turn 5 coming out of Republic Boulevard into turn 5 on the backstretch.
There's one with a fast lap right behind Fenoyo, who had a fast lap. But I want to ask Donnie after the race here. Well, what happened there? Was he looking in the mirror? Was he did he just slide it off? Oh, Magaro goes wide! Oh my God! Chris is just carrying a ton of speed. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to find out what we have here in post-race interviews. So stick around for that. We're going to quiz these five guys here, see what they have to say. But yeah, Sick Panis pushing hard. And Finn still stays with that 14-second gap, but Sick Panis, I don't know why he's pushing so hard. A minute and 19 seconds. He's never going to make that up, I don't think. Not in 20 laps.
Even with 20 laps to go, no. I mean, he's over a minute behind. I mean, he would have to be taking out chunks of time each lap, multiple seconds, in order to even have a fighting chance. What Magaro needs to do really right now, I mean, he's
slow down.
A minute behind second, and he's almost a minute ahead of fourth. He just needs to find his pace and just finish the race.
That's it.
The only guy that's got a shot at anything right now would be Finish Boy.
Right.
He has picked up his pace a tick here.
I just saw that.
13.8 behind Anthony Johnson, but really, as it stands, these guys basically right now are going to finish where they're running right now, as long as nothing major happens within the next 20 laps.
Well, it's going to happen quick here if it does. So we'll just.
I mean, I would definitely like to see a little bit of a battle between somebody, but this is a pretty typical Singapore race at this point. We've had the virtual safety car, which is almost always a guarantee. Right. We've had rain, which is almost always a guarantee.
And it stopped.
The cars are spread out.
You're right. Well, the last couple of races we had, it's ended like that with the last lap crash. A Finnish boy two seasons ago. Last season, the same thing. I think there was a crash on the last lap. You know, and for position as well. So hopefully that doesn't happen tonight. Hopefully we get, like you said, we get some good battle side by side coming onto the front straightaway and you know, wheel to wheel. But you know, I'm pretty satisfied with the finishing order here. It looks like you're spot on with that. Sick Pan, I can't believe it after all his turmoil, finishing on the podium. If he can pull it off, he's got to just slow down and moderate his speed, just like you said. Finnish boy, he needs to pick up his speed. He's going to get fired here in a minute as his boss. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, good stuff from Finn, though. Like I said, he's in the points lead. He's won the World Championship the last 2 years running. Wasn't easy. Last season he had a Rio 1974 who undoubtedly has got to be one of the best teammates you could have for Formula One. I mean, these guys just have this unspoken communication, man. They know when to pit. They know where their positioning is at. They know how to slow down. They know how to go fast. I mean, it was incredible to watch that season. When Finn took the World Championship at Malaysia. Put the crown on his head then. So 2 times, good guy, very dry sense of humor. Actually started a little. Go ahead.
I was going to say dry sense of humor. Most Finnish guys are. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I actually started a series with his dad. Now his dad is 69 years old, never driven any kind of simulation. He started training his dad last year on his wheel. So he asked me, "Hey man, my dad wants to race him." I said, "I'll race you." So one Saturday night after one of these races, it was 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever. I started racing his dad. And he had a little game. I said, hold on a minute. Okay. I'll race you in a couple of weeks now. So the next race came, and man, he almost won. I said, hold on a minute. This can't be right. And so the third race, I mean, I was trying hard. I won, but after that, he's just beat the pants off me every single time. I said, Finn, that's no fair. That's like Michael Schumacher training your dad, man. You can't. There's no way I could compete against that, man. I mean, but he's got his dad dialed in. We've raced full-on F1 endurance. We'll do like 15 or 20 laps. He's a great guy. He's a great driver. Mr. Levis Snappy, if you're listening, I love you, brother. I'm still looking for you, man. So we normally name our videos as Crazy Harry and Dirty Harry and Crazy Johnny. So we have a little series going on there. We haven't done one in quite a while, but always fun to race around with Finn's dad. Yeah, good stuff there. I've known Mr. Levis Snappy here for a long, long time. He's a young man when we started racing in the PS2 games, but he's now 2-time reigning world champion in my league, and yeah, great guy, man. Really love Finn. He's a good guy. He's out now. Actually, Donnie's out now. He's changed tires again. I wonder what happened here. I wonder why he's back on these Hypersofts again. I'm not sure, but Donnie now a lap down.
Ultras might have started to be giving up.
Yeah, I think so.
Seriously doubt it. But.
Oh, Finn is coming now. You're watching Finn here. He is just laying down the thunder here. He's going to try to make up a gap. He knows he's got just a few laps to go. He's pushing as hard as he can. Back end's all over the place, but he's getting it. He's putting the spurs to her now.
I was actually watching our brother Bro Wilson here as he was trying to. He's 21 seconds behind Robert, even though Robert is not racing, the car's going ghost, but it would be nice to see Bro Wilson be able to pick up that one extra spot. These guys are definitely a lap down. And for all Finn's trying to do, Finn's still 14.5 seconds behind. He has not been able to close that gap to Anthony Johnson at all. So Johnson's pretty much walking away with this win.
I don't want to.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless he makes a mistake, there's no reason Johnson can't walk away with this win.
Well, he has done that in a couple of past races before, but very long ago. We haven't seen Anthony make too many mistakes lately. He's actually, his first race win with me was Suzuka last season, and he's won 3 races this year already. So good battle here for the World Championship, but not close enough. Finn, I think, has a commanding lead by like 200 points or something like that. But Anthony's definitely picking up the wins, and he's getting more this year or this season. So hopefully in the next couple of seasons he'll be able to give that World Championship a good run. Same with Eric Garcia, who's like a pimple ready to bust, man, for a win. He just hasn't put it together. He's been short the last 3 races, finishing second. I mean, like right there. Drove from the back to the front. Had some contact early on at race we just leave Monza. Drove all the way to the front, almost took the win. But Eric Garcia not here, celebrating Easter with his family. Filipino porn star by trade. Yeah, actually he is. Oh, Finn hits the wall, but keeps going. Oh my gosh, Bro Wilson gets a penalty there, but Finn had a moment. Yee.
Bro Wilson picking up his second 3-second time penalty of the race. Pretty much going to be null and void at this point once he gets past Roberts AI McLaren.
I saw that there. Oh, but Finn, yeah, he slapped the wall pretty hard here, but man, that was close. He does not want to knock off a wheel here. So I'm just going for a little Ministry of Speed's crank it up here with Finish Boys. He tries to run out Fenorio. I'm going to take a quick break here, let the dog out. I'll be right back. I'll leave you in the capable hands here of Mr. Braun. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Hop on board with Finish Boys, 14.2 seconds behind Anthony Johnson. Battle for the lead. Not much of a battle here at Singapore. Working about 45 and 61. Started dry, went to wet, back to dry. It's been pretty interesting racing, though we only had 9 cars. So we started with 9. We're now down to 6 remaining. And Bro Wilson finally gets by Roberts AI McLaren to pick up the 5th spot. See how smooth and easy the Finish Boy is trying to be, but again, haven't been able to close that gap down to Anthony Johnson at all. 14.2 seconds behind, and then we have to go a minute back from that, a minute and 12 seconds to pick up Chris Mangaro, who has been playing Russian roulette with his Mercedes in the walls all night. The mere fact that this car is still on the track is beyond me. And then you have to go another minute and 37 seconds behind him to pick up Donnie Stallbitz in the factory Renault. Running a good solid 4th. He was running 3rd there for a while in the wet conditions. Had a good battle with Chris Mangaro, but unfortunately put the car into the wall. Turn 5 heading out of Republic Boulevard on the Rapids Boulevard. Blew the corner, hit the left front of the wall, broke the front wing. He had to pit a couple laps later. And we've got Bro Wilson. Looks like Bro Wilson just had a little bit of a movement there at the 8:19:20 section. Currently running 5th. He is a lap down, and then we have Robert, the Venezuelan. But Panama looks like he decided to call it an early night. Wasn't sure if it was a rage quit, possibly internet issue, not sure, but his car's on AI. And then 7 through 9 would have been Jeremy Pope, Rosta, and Ed Hendrick. They all had DNFs. Jeremy Pope mowed the corner in the full wets, pancaked the left side of the car into the wall, broke the left front suspension. Not sure what happened with Rosta or Ed Hendrick, but they most likely under the conditions that were happening earlier in the race probably both crashed out. So Anthony Johnson still your leader. Finish Boy finally getting that down to under 14 seconds, trying to close that gap with less than 20 laps to go, but actually 15 laps to go, I should say. 13.8 is the gap. So that's really your closest battle on track right now. Anthony Johnson was fast all week in practice, but struggled with understeer. Managed to get the setup right for the night, that's for sure. And looks like I got a caution at second one. I'm not sure who that was.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Second with caution. Okay. Yikes. I was watching Finn. Boy, he is just working that throttle. Still not able to close the gap. 13.7. Yeah, he's not going to be able to pick anything up here. He needs to, like you said, Fenorio just needs to hit the wall and slow down, but I don't think that's going to happen. Anthony Johnson is feeling it now. Yeah, he's definitely happy about that. Sick Panda still on the lead lap.
Both Anthony Johnson and Finish Boy are both in a really good groove right now. Either one, I think, would be an issue. The only guy I'd be worried about at this point would be Chris Mangaro, and that's really whether or not he can finish the race.
Well, he's right there, so hopefully Chris just tempers himself and just realizes that he cannot close the gap any more than he has. He actually lost time, I think it is. Oh, no, he's about the same, 140. Yeah, he's coming up on somebody here. Oh, wait, hold on here. We got Fenorio on the back bumper of Chris Mangaro right here. So Chris moves over, just lets him go. He's not going to hold him up. Good job there from Sick Panda. Yeah, all right. So he did not impede Anthony Johnson in any way, shape, or form. Immediately adhered to the blue flag warning and moved over, got all the way, and did Anthony go? Now, Johnson hits the wall.
Oh, and Mangaro hits the wall, too.
Whoa, in the draft. He was in the draft of Johnson, and Johnson just hit the wall, just carrying way too much speed in there. But, oh, my God. So Where does that bring?
How is Mongero's car still going?
I have no idea.
And Donnie Starbucks picks up another 3-second time penalty.
He's getting tired. You know, these guys are getting tired here. Singapore is a brutal track. You got to stay, eyes in the back of your head the entire time. These guys are getting fatigued.
And
you can
looks
tell.
like Mongero is actually going to dive into the pits.
Might as well. He got nothing else to lose. Nothing else to lose.
And he's going to swap over some new tires. Put
And
change the
knows.
front wing.
Yeah. Order him a pizza and a hamburger. Look at that. Oh, he's out now. But
Finish boy, though, he's got that time cut down now, 12.6. So Anthony Johnson, a little bit of a melee there with the wall, and then had to get around Chris Mongero. So lost a little bit of time here to finish boy. So 12.5 now the gap.
So does he
12.5, 13 laps to go.
He's just going to stay.
Catch him at a second a lap.
Maybe
there would be a battle for the end.
We'll find out. Finn's been known to do crazy stuff like that. He actually started Monaco one time. Last spot, I watched this race. I said, why did you qualify? He said, there's only two places to start Monaco, either the front or the back. He said, I chose the back. Now, he took the entire race. He was about to win the race, but lost by 7 seconds, only because a car had spun out in front of him and cost him 7 seconds of time. That's how close this guy moderates his. He's that spot on. So he may have something up his sleeve now. It's just ridiculous. This guy knows his business. He knows his racing. He knows his F1. But like you said, it's got to be a second a lap. But I don't know, man. I think that's a long shot.
And a resident driving expert, Lewis Marshall, has just stated that these guys need to be careful with some of these 3-second time penalties. Because if you get too many penalties in a race, you can actually be disqualified.
Right,
I'm not sure what the statute of limitations is on that.
We've seen it.
We've
seen a lot.
I don't believe 3 is enough. I think the record for SRL stands at like 24 seconds.
I was going to say something like 20 seconds or 30 seconds. We've seen some of these guys like Donnie Sabitz, not knowing the track, they get big penalties. I mean, like 10 or 11 a game, sometimes a race, should I say. So, at 3 seconds a race, 3 seconds a penalty, that's up there. We'll see if... I don't think anything's happened with these guys tonight, but Finish Boy's pushing harder and still has not been able to close the gap. Actually lost some time now, 12.2, 12.3. So
12.2, 12.3. So Anthony Johnson looks like he was probably watching the time a little bit.
Yeah, he scooted up a little bit. So let's go bowl with Anthony here. Let's see what he's got cooking the oven speed here as he's probably smiling from ear to ear, grinning from ear to ear in that helmet of his as he's driving around here. He's a family man out of North Carolina. Works hard. He had actually a sick panel. This week
picks up another time penalty. That's Mongero's 4th.
This week was 12-hour shifts for Anthony Johnson. He came home and just practiced for a few minutes each night. Didn't think he had a chance here at Singapore. And look at you now. Anthony Johnson, hard-working guy. He's got a beautiful wife, nice family. His family man, He's not a young man. He's an old guy like me and you, but certainly capable of getting it done. Has a heart of an F1 driver, and it looks like he's going to take it to victory lane here tonight at Singapore. Like I said, that's a little bit early still, but 10 laps, 11 laps here, we'll be in victory lane. And
12 laps to go.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Right there, 11 laps.
According to Lewis Marshall, again, we don't know what the statute of limitation is, but he saw a guy get 36 seconds worth of time penalty. He was disqualified from the race for it. So it is possible. It's not going to happen this race, I don't think.
No. Yeah, I've seen that before. One of my guys had a bunch of penalties like that. I don't know if it's 36, but I know.
Mongero looks like he just smacked the wall again. Loses the back end.
Coming around the front straightaway here. He's about to come on the front straight. Chris.
Looks like he is struggling with some front end grip and some rear end grip.
He's missing that
all over the place.
He's missing the right front dive planes. It looks like those canards are missing off that one side there. Maybe it's just my view. Let's see here. Oh man, he just gets around Robert. Or that ghost car of Robert. So Chris is just definitely on a ripper, man. I mean, he is just nobody's business with Sick Panda. I'm just afraid for.
Again, I don't think it's worth Mongero pushing this hard.
Oh no, he's
in the race. I mean, everybody should just maintain their pace at this point.
I have to agree completely. Chris is bottle rocket on a
Chris
stick.
reminds me a lot of Jay Drawbridge. Jay Drawbridge this year in IRL. I mean, he was all go. he was hit or miss. He would either win the race or crash.
Oh, this is
Chris. You either bring me a win or you bring me the steering wheel type of guy.
Yeah, this is definitely Panda, man. That's definitely his MO.
You got to know when to push, and you just got to know when to just maintain pace. Mangaro does not have that switch in his head.
I told you it's like one on or one off, man. I mean, there's no in between, man. He's got his full on all the time. But you gotta love it, man.
I mean, you watch Anthony Johnson. He's very smooth, methodic. He's going around the track, just finding his line, easy on the gas. Same thing with Finish Boy. I mean, he's trying to find, a little bit of time as he's, lost it here and there. He's still under 13 seconds. And then you switch over to Mangaro, and you can just see the car is just being pushed to the limit.
To the ragged edge. To the ragged edge, man. The ragged edge. It says I was racing alone.
3-second time penalty for Anthony Johnson. It's going to be inconsequential at this point.
Well, he probably was daydreaming, thinking about, come here, he's calling his wife, come here, Shannon, come watch me win. He could be doing something like that. You never know.
Chris Mangaro just ran the fastest lap. He's the first driver in this race to crack into the 139s for the fastest lap. He's
getting somewhere. He's probably, fuel load is probably just completely empty. I'm looking at his gauges now. He doesn't have any, he still has fuel, so he's good there. So he's maintained, or he's managed to hold on to the fuel that he needs to finish the race. And of course, he's got no more ERS. It's down to 0. No more push to pass, I guess that's what you would call it if you're an IndyCar driver.
Like he slapped the wall again.
Yeah, I saw that. It's just, look at that. Oh, I mean, you would think, I mean, is that a technique, or is that, just that Mercedes that well built, man? But it's been working for him tonight. I don't know how he's done it, like you said, but you got a guy like Jeremy Pope. Oh, big lock up there.
Looks like he locked up the left
I saw that. Yeah, big lock up there. The car wanted to crab around there, man. But, oh, my God. Panda's probably adjusting the bias right now as the fuel loads get lighter. Trying to make an adjustment inside the car. And got that wrong. Wrong direction. So, yeah. So, Finn down to 11 seconds. Hold on a minute. Hold the phones. Finn down to...
I still think it's too little too late. It's still hovering around that 12 flat area.
Well, now count Fenorio with a 3-second penalty. So now take 3 seconds off that. So you're down to 7 seconds more or less, or 8 seconds right in that area. Yeah, buddy, 8 seconds. So Finn doesn't have much more to go. He's just got to make up a few more seconds here. And he may be in striking distance. He's got to make up those 8 seconds. But yeah, Fenorio not out of the woods yet with 9 laps to go. Oh boy, you wanted to see a last lap shootout. This may be it. Racing that clock. Donnie Stoppis moving out of the way from the leader.
Caution in sector 2.
Uh-oh, who could that be? That's Donnie slowing down. That's what it gives him a caution. It calls a caution for that. When Donnie slows down and the car falls under a minimal speed, I believe they call a caution.
Letting Finish Boy go by.
Yeah, so. He was. So I'm watching Finn. He's getting that car sideways. He's got the throttle down. He's all out. Probably running full rich. He's got one more boost left in his repertoire here. Will he pull it out? When will he pull it out? You never know. He's building up the juice now. As you can see, his ERS is steadily increasing. He's not trying to spin too much of it. He hasn't turned any of it on, actually. He's still moderating at 72%. He's trying to get that boost as high as he can so he can run the last few laps here full rocket ship fast. And we'll see if he can run down Fenorio. Fenorio may have been celebrating too early. Maybe not. I've seen stranger things in racing. You never know. But Finn definitely, if anybody can get it done, it'll be this man right here. That's why I hired him.
Lewis Marshall has commended you, driver.
Well, thank you.
Driving for 2.5 hours nonstop on, I'm sure you're tracking the wet weather. So,
they
commendations to the drivers for today.
Well, thank you, Lewis. I do appreciate that. We would have more to offer you and to show you. We have a pretty good pool of talent, but being this Easter weekend, a lot of these guys, obviously I promote family first. So let them go do their thing. I have I hold no sway over them, and go be with your family, go do what you got to do, and pick us back up in 2 weeks. And so a lot of these guys, they already know Finish Boy's got the world championship in hand, almost, I would say. But Fenorio's bringing the thunder. You never know. But I think the gap's too much, so these guys aren't really sweating, missing a race or two. but most of the time they're here, and it's always good racing. So feel free to either jump in one of these nights and have a good go with us, or just come up to the booth and chit chat with me and Nats if he wants to come back. I'd love to have both y'all.
It's kind of nice. I will say the last few weeks that I've commentated with Lewis Marshall, it's actually been a little nice because he is a driver first and foremost.
Awesome. Yeah.
So it's nice to have a driver's perspective in some cases. And
Absolutely.
I mean, obviously tonight he's been very helpful just in the live chat on the stream. So I mean, commentating with Lewis has been a huge advantage, I think, to bring a little bit more of the realism or professionalism from the real world to the virtual world. So having Lewis with me in the booth the past few weeks in IRL has really been a big help trying to understand, especially the game itself, because there's a lot of nuances and very little differences between F1 2017 versus F1 2018.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I mean, obviously he was able to pick up on a lot of the stuff tonight.
And that's awesome. And that's awesome. And you were talking about the tire temperatures and all that stuff. It all came into play. And like I said, I really appreciate a person that has that kind of perspective and that understanding of the platform that you're standing on or racing on. Good stuff there, man. Lewis, are you the Dr. Spock of Formula One? Just kidding. So, Finish Boy.
Lewis is one of the IRL league administrators. He's also obviously one of the racers. But between him and Cameron Weston Edwards, who started the league, and Sandre Sauerhog, who's the president, I mean, those three guys are pretty consistently racing in the league, as well as being the administrator and promoting the YouTube channel, the website, all the other stuff. So, and I got to give it to him. A lot of the guys that I deal with, it's kind of like the polar opposite. It sounds like a lot of the guys that you deal with, they're grown men, they have jobs, they've got priorities, and a lot of the guys that I deal with, they're still in school. Some of them are teenagers. So it's hard for them. They go to school, they got to find the time to play the game, they got to find the time to make the rule book, they got to find the time to do the website. And Cameron Weston Edwards has done a lot of cool stuff over the last couple of years. And a lot of them with the help of Sandre this year. Cameron had to take a step back, so it's nice having Lewis and Sandre and Cameron. I mean, they're all drivers.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Like I said, Lewis first and foremost is the driver. He really puts a lot of good stuff together in the commentary with me to help me understand.
Nice.
I can tell you anything you want to know about an actual car. I can't make it work in the virtual world.
How old are they? How old would you? What's their age? More or less. What's
to the best of my knowledge, most of them are in high school.
No, the guys you're talking about, Sandre and all these administrators are all in high school.
I'm not 100% sure about Sandre. I think Sandre's in his 20s, but Cameron Weston Edwards is 17, 18 years old.
That's why my three-time world champion, who's not here right now, he doesn't race Formula One. He raced IndyCar, Lamborghini Super Trofeo, and Ferrari Challenge. 16 years old. I mean, his races, grown men, like you said, some of these guys have professional racing in their background and wins. I mean, wholeheartedly dominates the field sometimes. I mean, in the wet and the dry, he has a complete understanding. 16 years old, and I could see him doing the same thing, just running this, that, and the other, running on multiple levels in your mind. I'm old, man. I'm 52. I just turned 52 yesterday. So, I got old tube radio for a brain, So but these new kids with these high processing platforms in their head, I mean, they can do that. I can't league administrate and do the website, do the Facebook, and do the YouTube, and try to commit myself to a full-on race. I just cannot. I suffer. One of the other suffers. So I just decided.
Well, the neat thing too with IRL is that all of those guys are all a big part of IRL, and they're all in different parts of the world.
That's perfect. Yeah.
It's not like they're friends or neighbors.
Right. So, I don't have any friends or neighbors that race online with me. Anybody.
And Lewis is just clarifying it for me. Sandre's 23. Lewis is 18 and Cameron's only 16.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
If you ever talked to Cameron
like a grown man,
have seen the website or the streams, you would never think Cameron was a 16-year-old kid.
Right. The same thing with
my guy. Everything together really, really well for IRL, especially over the last 2 years.
Well, they got that creative mind, man. I mean, you gotta appreciate something like that, and that's what you gotta promote and enhance, man. You gotta keep feeding him positive reinforcement, and and continue to help him grow as a person, and of course as an administrator. That's the future right there, man. So good job for y'all guys, man. Kudos to y'all.
Well, I mean, a lot of credit's got to go to Cameron because obviously he started the league, but I mean, between this year and last year, I mean, Cameron would have an idea and he would just go with it.
Awesome.
This used to be just primarily an F1 league.
Right.
F1. They would buy F1 2016 and do the league race, and
Right.
they'd wait for the next game to come out and do it
I
that
got you.
year. And then in the last couple of years, it's let's do F1, and then all of a sudden it was let's do an F2 league.
Yeah.
Let's do a Gran Turismo GT3 league. And
Nice.
then let's do a GT4 league. And you have some other leagues that. This isn't a knock against SRL, but SRL's been talking about doing some sort of mixed WEC GT3, GT4 league for 18 months. They've never been able to get it going.
We've done like 3 of those real quick, man. I mean,
Cameron, within 30 days, Cameron had dates and times and drivers and everything lined up for GT3, and we were off and running with it last year. So
I can do that with these little series like a Lamborghini Super Trofeo. I do it like a 6, 7, 8 race series, every other week, and that's I can do that in my sleep. It's not easy once if you're learning it, but once you figure it out, I mean, you can put these things together pretty good, especially if you have the personnel to help you out. Finish boys closing that gap, 10.5, but
I saw that 10.5 seconds.
4 seconds, 4 laps left. I don't think so, brother.
It's probably too little, too late. He's probably finally got his ERS all the way up. He might be using that a little bit to close that gap, but
he's used to push the pass now, so he's got 1 more left. He's down to 46%. So he spent a little bit. I wonder when he started using it. It was close to 74 when we left. Or when I left looking at him, but now he's at halfway now. He's 46%, so he's using it. He's using it full on. I mean, probably the entire track. He's not waiting for any straightaway or anything like that. It's the whole track. Look at that, how close he gets to the wall there. Sick Panda with a fast lap. Wow!
An era 1:38.609. That's almost qualifying speed.
He's gonna walk home with some kind of title tonight. That's for sure. I'm gonna take something with me here. Whether it's a podium or a dang fast lap, but he's on the podium now, a lap down. But man, what a race for Chris Mongero here, man. He is he's wore me out just watching him.
Mongero has been extremely lucky tonight that this car has held itself together, even though you've been running reduced damage.
Yeah, for sure.
The car has held together extremely well considering the conditions.
Look at my other guys; they've crashed out. Yeah.
Finish boy gets that lead cut down to under 9 seconds, so he's really trying to put something together here.
Can he do it though? That's the issue here. But Fenoyo is definitely out of tire. He is just spinning the tires now, left and right. I'm watching him.
Picking up Anthony Johnson.
Oh yeah.
What he's looking like on board.
All over the place. He is all over the place here with his back tires. They're skidding around. Watch this corner here. He's got to push way wide. Watch. Nope. Okay. He carries some speed in there, but yeah, last couple of corners.
I'd be interested to know what his tire life is.
I would too. Can he see that?
This for me, but I think 80% wear is when you actually start running into puncture issues.
Right. It was 75%. Finish Boy had that 75%. Issue. Yeah, Finish Boy had that issue in France. He ran the last 10 laps of the race at 74%. So he had to slow down and moderate his tires, keep them cool, so they wouldn't take that 75% and blow or whatever he said they were going to do. But again, precision. So I remember that distinctly. It was 75%. But for Noyo, I don't know what he's at. But do they show the percentage of the tire here? I don't see that on the information that we have on the screen here.
No, I don't have any way of.
Only he would know that. Yeah, I guess. Whoa.
You can check his telemetry, but it doesn't tell me his telemetry unless he's actually looking at it.
Right, exactly. He's pushing hard here. 8.991 is the gap, but 9 seconds now. I think all he has to do is just keep going. Don't make a mistake.
3 laps to go. Finish Boy, though, I'll give it to Finish Boy.
He's coming. I think he's too far.
He's not as far behind as it looks. 9 seconds sounds like a lot, but
it's not. It's a couple of corners there. He's probably around I don't know, a quarter mile, not even that far.
Realistically, Anthony Johnson, I think he's got the 1 3-second time penalty, so he's within 6 seconds.
Woo! Finn, come on, Finn. This could be a highway robbery.
It may not be a battle on track, but it's a battle of time at this point.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, Finn is definitely a student of the art of Formula One, so he knows. Oh, man, Anthony Johnson hit the wall, but he kept going. Finn's a student of the art, but he definitely knows how to manipulate the situation. He's forcing Anthony Johnson to push harder. Anthony knows that he's got that penalty. He may have another one. I thought I saw him have 2, but I won't argue that point until after the fact. But I don't remember him.
If he's got 2, then that may be why Finish Boy is pushing so hard towards the end of this race.
I think so. I think he does. I think he does. Let me see if I can see the race director. One second here. Let me see. Race director. Let's see here. Warning. Fenorio is 1. Okay. Let's see here. Hang on.
And it's now under 8 seconds now. It's 7.9.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Finish Boy is coming 2 laps to go. Anthony Johnson. I think he's starting to feel the pressure. Going to caution in sector 2. Not sure who that was.
Probably somebody slowing down for a lap car. So, Fenorio, Robert.
2 laps to go. Working lap 60 of 61, and the pressure is on for Anthony Johnson.
Here it is. Here it is. Fenorio with a warning. So, you know what? He's only got 1 3-second. He's only got 1 3-second, but he's got 2 warnings. Finish Boy has nothing. So, yeah.
So, 1 more exceeding of the track limits is going to give him 2. So Anthony Johnson can easily pick up another 3-second.
He doesn't want to play with fire like that. He wants to keep this car within the boundaries and limitations of the track and not overdrive it. You've got 7 seconds, Anthony. You need to pay attention to what's going on, man. Keep your head about you. Don't make a mistake. That's what you need to do.
And that's one of these corners too close. It's going to cost him.
He's spooling those tires.
He was a little wide out of there.
He's spooling those tires hard coming out of the exit there. I don't want him to turn this thing around. You know, he hits his curb wrong. Back end's going to jump out on him. He's going to loop it around, and here comes Finn. You know, he's playing a real dangerous game. He's pushing as hard as he was, locking him up there. Listen to that.
On the back end, slides out.
That's what I'm saying. You can't. Oh my God, he's giving us some time like that. And he's running his tires hot. Again, listen to him just working that throttle. Just
7.1 for Finish Boy. Anthony Johnson feeling the pressure.
Big time. Big time. He's gonna crack open like a Coscaroni on Easter. Oh, don't hit that wall, my Lord. That part of the track there just makes me nauseous, man. It really does. Oh, here he comes. Last lap for Anthony Johnson, the time traveler. Can he get it done tonight? It's been a long time coming for Anthony Johnson. He's got his season rolling around here. He's got 3 wins this season. Could this be 4? It looks like it's going to be.
1 lap to go.
Fans around the world on their feet cheering the Red Bull driver here. I've never seen so many fat girls congregate around the Red Bull trailer, but they're all here to see Anthony Johnson. Men want to be him, and women want to have his love child. Oh, he goes way wide again. Oh, my Lord. Pull out your...
Boy's now down to 6.7.
He's rolling, but that's a little bit too late for the flying Finn.
If Johnson picks up a 3-second time penalty this lap, it could cost him dearly.
Woo! Could it be? All these people here that are watching Finn, Fenorio, I'm sure his family's gathered around his little love seat there because he's in the living room. Let's see if Anthony Johnson can pull a rabbit out of the hat tonight. That would be a fantastic finish for him. As his teammate, who is not here, was faster than him during practice all week long. So Red Bull dominating here, humping like a dog in heat. Let's see if he can't pull it off. The last few corners here. I don't know, man. Wallace, what do you think? Wallace is awake now, watching the end of the race here. Watching Anthony Johnson. But I saw Finn flashing in the background there. Don't look in the mirror there, Anthony Johnson. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Too little, too late, I'm thinking.
That's it. That's it. It's all over.
I think Finn's trying to get that gap under 6 seconds.
That's all. That's all.
That's all he needs. If Johnson picks up a 3-second time penalty,
woo!
That one's going to go to Finn.
Here he comes.
Last few corners.
That's it. Anthony Johnson, Fenorio, about to take a win here at Singapore unexpectedly.
Donnie getting out of the way.
Heads up drive for Donnie Stones. Look at Fenorio slides around the front. And here he comes.
Corner.
Anthony Johnson winning in style and class and fashion. Here goes Fish Boy in P2. Wow. And who else but the rolling chicane himself, the bottle rocket without a stick, Sick Panda in P3. But wow, Fenorio. What do you know, man? He's got to be happy as a clam here, boy.
And look at that after that time penalty was assessed. 3.312.
Whoa.
A 3-second time penalty again.
Finn was right there.
0.3 of a second.
Finn could. Oh my God, you're so lucky, Anthony Johnson, man. precision, man. He knows what he's dealing with. He knows how far he's got to go. He knows how hard he has to push. Let's get these guys up in the booth here and have a quick chat here so we can end the evening stream here. 1 second. Let me get these guys invite. Thanks a lot for joining us tonight. Sixer Johnny, of course, Kamikaze Fox right here at the Fortune Speed with Wallace the Dog, broadcasting live from San Antonio, Texas. Of course, Kamikaze is not in San Antonio, but I am. Great race tonight. Little shorter personnel, but you know what? Still, racing was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the stream, and I don't know how that happens, but Sick Panda, I'm gonna invite him up to the chat anyway. He's not one for interviews, but you know, I'm all right with that. He provides enough entertainment on track. Thank you very much. But yeah, great stuff tonight. Let's see who comes in first. Look at him, Anthony Johnson on the top step. No milk for him, but hey, Anthony, they say the champagne is sweetest on the top step. Is that true?
Yeah, but the chase is just, you know, pain in the butt.
Tell me about your race, Anthony. Congratulations on winning tonight, man. Me and Kamikaze Fox really enjoyed that way you stayed out there and hung out and battled off Finn there. We'll talk to Finn in a minute here, but wow, Anthony, you got to be happy for tonight's win, man. I know you're tired. Give me an assessment.
Yeah, I'm happy for this win. That's you know, redemption from last season.
Well, yeah, for sure.
I'd like to thank the sponsor, Prada del Strada. But yeah, I was just pacing myself. I saw that Finn and Sick Panda, I could kind of, you know, work the gas and work the ERS, keep them behind. And as soon as he said, you know, it's going to rain, I kind of picked up the pace to try to get a gap, because I know Finn is, you know, real good in the rain.
You think so?
So I know so. So I tried to get a huge gap on him, and it
paid off.
The strategy worked. Yeah,
absolutely,
it worked. I mean, he kept coming, I kept pushing, and in the last stint, the last part of the race, I saw we was keeping in, you know, fast lap. Right. But I know at the end of the race, that's why I had to keep this race. I had to keep a large margin between me and him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because he closed down real.
But were you aware that you had time penalty?
Yeah, that's when I picked up the pace a little bit, and he picked it up even more.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's got to push. Well, Anthony, man, I got to tell you, man, you know, Eric looked fastest all week, or he was fastest all week in practice, and I know you weren't expecting a win here, but congratulations, man, a fantastic job from you. Kamikaze, do you have any questions for Fenorio, our winner?
No, I mean, he pretty much put together you know, a really good race. I mean, you seem to struggle throughout the course of the week with the understeer, but somehow you managed to get it all together, you know, for the race, and was able to keep it together throughout the wet and the dry, and you know, back to the dry and back to the wet.
Great stuff, man. Anthony, congratulations again, man. Appreciate your hanging out here. Two-time world champion, Finnish boy, coming in second in the Scuderia Ferrari Gunfighter Motorsports. Finn, what a brilliant drive, man. I mean, you know, you had that thing zeroed in. You almost nipped him at the end there, bud. We saw that, man, by 3 seconds and a hair.
3.3.
Woo! See, I mean, talk about minute time, but Finn, man, what a battle, man. What happened? You just couldn't pick up the, close that gap for quite a while. 14 seconds seemed to be where it leveled off, but I just figured you were just kind of conserving for the last run there. Tell me about your race. Congratulations on P2, brother.
Yeah, thank you, Johnny. First of all, thanks to our sponsor, Prada del Strada, for sponsoring the Ministry of Speed and the F1 program. Yeah, it was an exciting race in the end. Yeah, I was battling with Sick Panda and tried to keep up with these guys, but I don't know, I just didn't have the pace in the first stint. Maybe it was because of the setup. We had quite a high downforce on the setup, so once the rain came, we knew that we were going to be a little bit faster, but Funaro did a really good job there of holding that gap, and we didn't close enough as much as we wanted. And then the last stint was pretty good. We had a pretty decent pace. I wish I would have started to push up the pace a little bit earlier than I did, but I was a little bit worried about the tires, and I didn't know that what's going to be the fuel as well. I didn't save as much as fuel as I probably should have, because I didn't see the gap was you know, going down that fast. So if I would have had a little bit more extra fuel when it was raining and pushed a little bit of few laps earlier, it would be pretty close
Oh
close
yeah.
to that time. So I was pushing as soon as I heard that he had a penalty. I started to push a little bit more because I know that this game is really bad when you get that 3-second warning or 3-second penalty. It's really easy to get an hour.
Starts giving them all the candy, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's, yeah.
So you were kind of
starts
banking
thinking-
on him getting another 3-second time penalty, hoping it would close that gap at the end of the race.
Yeah, that was pretty much it because I knew that we were so close to pace that and I was pushing so hard that I didn't know how long my tires were gonna last because I haven't done almost what it was almost 30 lap stint on those tires, so I didn't know what time those tires were gonna fall off. So I was pushing really hard to try to close that gap, and maybe he would have got that one penalty more or something. But I certainly would have not been able to get by him if I would have catch him without him making a mistake. Because, like I said, I had a higher downforce setup in my car than he had. I think because I was faster in the rain. So yeah, I think I would have not been able to get by him without a mistake. And I know that he's such a good driver that he ain't gonna do easy mistakes, so it would have been really tough. So
Well, he trains with your picture in his locker, so every time he opens his locker, he sees your picture. So he throws some shadow boxing at you a little bit, and then he's ready to go, man. So Finn, man, I really appreciate you hanging out here with us tonight, man. I know you get up early in the morning to race with us, and always put on a tremendous show. Fox, you got any questions for the man right here? Two-time reigning world champion, man, Mr. Levis Lampy.
Again, Finn, I mean, he put together another great race, and unfortunately he played his cards right. He just played them too late, I think, is what it came down to.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, if you started pushing maybe a couple of laps sooner, he might have been able to close that gap down a little bit, especially with that time penalty that Anthony Johnson had. So it should be noted that Finn was the only driver today that didn't have a time penalty. So
Well, exactly.
props to him on that.
Wow, awesome. Well, that's a normal. That's pretty much normal for him. He may get a warning or two, but I very rarely see him get penalties. But yeah, that's good stuff though. Especially here at Singapore, you would think. I mean, they were giving him out like candy. I think Donnie got a bunch, and I'm sure Fenoyo, he was about to get another one. We were watching Fenoyo for a while, just hoping that he wouldn't cross the overdrive his car. But yeah, good job from Finn. Good job from Fenoyo, man. Well done. Y'all guys are the only cars on the D lap. Y'all lapped the entire field more than once. So yeah, guys are moving, man. Moving fast and moving forward. So congratulations, Finn. Appreciate you coming out here.
thank you guys.
So P3 went to Sick Panda, but he's not here. Is Donnie Staubitz in the room? The Staubinator? No. Okay, so just
I
us
don't know
here.
if he has
Just
got
Anthony.
He does the first and second spot here. So guys, I appreciate y'all coming in here. Any last thoughts?
No, man. Congratulations, you guys are the only two on the lead lap.
Yeah.
Garo somehow managed to keep the car in one piece.
How did that happen, man? Yeah. I got to talk to him in a minute, man. Let's see, how did you put that car together? That Mercedes took a beating tonight. Y'all watch the stream. I mean, every time we looked at Chris, he was hitting the wall hard. I mean, slapping it, beating it down. I think he hit every corner in this particular track. So, yeah.
Garo managed to hit every wall on the track.
He
Managed
did.
to pick up four 3-second time penalties, but somehow still came home third. So congrats to him as well.
What do you know? But guys, I appreciate y'all stopping by. Happy Easter, everybody. Parada della Strada, www.paradadelastrada.com. Go by there, buy you some gear, man. Lance, what size shirt you wear, man?
Double XL.
There you go. All right. I'll leave that alone. But yeah, stop by the website, order you something up nice here. And yeah, happy Easter, everybody. Congratulations again to none other than the time traveler himself. I'm going to have fun making this one up here. And Fenorio, man, you got to be happy, man. Just give me a yeehaw one time. Fenorio. All right, man. Congratulations again, Finish Boy. Stunning drive, man. Surgical, precise as always, man. We'd really love to see you. See you next week. Where are we going in 2 weeks, by the way?
Sochi, Russian Grand Prix.
Russian Grand Prix. I'm looking forward to it. So bring your goose stepping shoes, and yeah, we're there. So guys, Wallace the dog and I are about to go have a little bit of dinner, and yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Kamikaze, it was a pleasure working with you, man. I'm just completely humbled by your skill level, man. You are the man.
Well, I certainly appreciate it. It's been an honor to be here with Six Gun Johnny. So anybody that's watching, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment to Six Gun Johnny's YouTube channel. Be sure to check out his website in a couple weeks.
No, actually tonight.
Lewis Marshall. I want to thank Lewis Marshall, who hung out with us all night.
Lewis,
being
awesome.
a resident driving expert, commentating on the live chat. So he was very informative tonight. I want to thank him for that.
Awesome.
And like, subscribe, and comment to my channel, Kamikaze Fox, and you can
I'm on it now.
check me out. Commentating IRL and SRL. And,
we are there. We are there. Well, you know what?
See you guys at the next round.
Yes, certainly we will. You're more than welcome to join us anytime you want. But yeah, we were just testing the water here. I really like the results. It's just our first time out, so we're gonna step on each other's toes. It's just like dancing with a fat girl. You got to get used to it, man. So appreciate you coming by, Fox. Great stuff from everybody. Wallace, you got any last words? He wishes he had thumbs. All right. Good night, everybody. We're out of here. Six Gun and Finish Boy and Fenorio saying good night. Good night. Uh-oh, hang on a minute here. I'm not ready to say good night yet. Okay, so hang on. What happened to my thing here? Okay, here we go. You know what, Lance, every time we're broadcasting, this little button in my controller does not